bunch of those, man. That it works.
Illustration for what?
For the top.
You gonna see it. You gonna see it. Because if y'all want to jump off on that topic first, boy, that'll be the one. Let me
Lord,
on it so I can invite some people to the live stream.
On this episode 50?
Episode 50.
Man.
We should have did something for that.
Man, it should have been
something special. Yeah.
It should have been some sort of grand announcement, man. You know what I'm saying? But
we should have had some champagne.
Us announcing our tour.
You said what?
We could be announcing our tour. We're gonna do House of Blues in Atlanta.
I know.
And Alicia gonna open the show for us.
That'll be dope.
We're gonna invite Blair Nash and some other folk and have a nice little panel. I mean, shoot, why are you talking? That wouldn't be a bad idea to do that at all.
No, not a bad idea. No.
Yeah, we can do some cities. We can do Atlanta, Dallas, Louisville.
Yeah, y'all ain't gotta worry about Louisville. It's little bitty. It's little bitty. So we can skirt around that one for the time being. For the time being.
There's some more to Louisville than I mean.
You know what? It is. You know what I'm saying? It's on the up and up. It's on the up and up. When Frank visited, man, he got over here, and when he pulled up to the crib, he was like, man, why does this look like the West End of Atlanta? I said, well, this is the West End of Louisville. Like, it is officially where we live, in the West End. So, yeah.
The West End is like every city look alike.
Oh, yeah, boy. Oh, yeah,
Chicago,
boy.
it look alike.
Yep.
It's like a copy and paste.
Yeah, man.
I think probably where I'm at in Augusta is probably one place that doesn't. Like I live in West Augusta, and that's actually the rich part of town, or the richer.
You would.
Look at the frames.
Miss 2 Tesla chef.
I only have one now. I sold one. I sold the black one to my ex-husband.
You gonna sell your? Why you didn't just give it to him? You said, never mind. You gave enough. Never mind. I'll set myself up for that one. You said, say give something else. I think not. Yeah.
No.
I get it. All right. So look, man. Frank has had a particular subject matter on his heart, and y'all know how it is when a man of God,
Lord.
when he's spoken to, when it's laid on his soul, we gotta address it. We want to know, man, is there a such thing? Okay, so we keep always hearing about on social media, there's always a meme or a video or something, or a podcast or something about women hitting the wall. And me and Frank been in conversation for a while, and we was like, man, there's a wall for men. And I don't know why it goes unacknowledged. I don't know why there's no conversation surrounding it. And so, you know what I'm saying? We got a little graphic to go along with it. No video. We just gonna talk that talk. But I want to know, Frank, what made it to where you felt the need to speak on it? You know what I'm saying? Men versus the wall. What brought this about for you?
Because you always hear about the wall for women.
Okay.
And they talk like men are exempt from having an expiration date too, because we don't carry eggs. Yeah. Our sperm can go the distance, but everything else started to break down. Just like women. So it's like we're not immune to change, and we're not immune to age. You know, time catches up with us too, but in other ways that affect us, and in ways that the ways that it affect us. You know, looking at, you know, if you look at it from a woman's perspective, it's a turn off to them too. So just how much are you winning? And I'm not you know, call me a simp nigga all you want, but the truth is true. And that's something that niggas need to acknowledge and accept there is a wall for men too. You don't have 50 years to play around. You got to.
But that's the idea. But you know what? That's you know what the crazy part is? That's the idea. The idea is that we have this this extended clock. You know what I'm saying? Look, man, I think we always joked about you don't want to be the old man in the club. Why the hell was that a running joke if there's not a wall for men? You don't want to be the old nigga in the club. That's always been part of the conversation. If there was no wall for men, that wouldn't be part of the conversation. Because don't act like if we couldn't be Peter Pan forever, locked into our 20s forever, and play the game forever, that we wouldn't. But men know, older men, the unks, the elders, pass it on down to the youngsters. Hey man, you don't want to be that old dude in the club. You don't want to be that guy. And those that refuse to accept it end up being made an example of. They end up, whether it's in a foreign country or in domestic, your old ass chasing these youngins, you get handled. There's an end to that. You know what I'm saying? So even if you can still play the game, because maybe you got a little bit of money, maybe you got a lot of bit of money. It don't matter what it is. Y'all heard what Monique told Shannon Sharp. Hey, bro, you got to cut that out. Because you even as a man, you can look great for your age. But the days of young women locking in with an old dude and then doing anything that resembles faithful and loyalty, those days are gone. Because the need for only a provider, only a security is over. That's not the only thing men are needed for. Men, it's still, as a man, you still want to be that. As a woman, you still want to have that. But that is not the sole reason as to why women are sticking around anymore. So that should be a clear indicator that there's a wall. And we don't even want to get into the physical shit that y'all niggas know good and well y'all don't want to own up to. Bruh, listen, I don't care what no man, I'm gonna give it to you after I pass out. I don't care what no man says. There's 18 and then there's 38. If you get on this goddamn internet and lie and tell me the same virility you had at 18, you got at 38, you are such an exception to the rule that we ain't gonna discuss it. And we ain't gonna discuss it because y'all niggas love to point out how women ain't exceptions to no rules. So majority of men at 38, their output ain't the same as it was at 18. It damn sure it ain't the same as 28. So stop playing. Stop playing like it is. Man, I move the same. I'm doing the same. No, the hell you ain't. Stop lying. Stop lying, man. Bro, you're full of shit. But anyway, I'm gonna hand it off to you, Chef. What the man in the wall? You see that man beating up the wall in the background? Some of the graphic was put up there by Sam too. Want to give him credit for that.
The consensus is always when this question is when the responses I was giving about women, it's like, well, women can't still have kids at 50. First of all, who trying to have kids at 50? Nobody. People are not trying to have kids at 50. I wasn't trying to have.
You don't even want to have no kids.
So that's always the fallback. Well, women expire because they're no longer able to produce. Okay, fine. But if we remove reproduction from the whole entire conversation, women at 40 are more sexually inclined, more able-bodied than men at 40.
Man, listen.
You got men running around here with hip issues. Kidney disease is very prevalent in the Black community among younger 40-year-old men. Around
if you're a tall nigga, if you're a tall nigga, that back. If you're tall, you're a 6 footer. This is when being 6 feet ain't what you want.
Around 38, 39 is when men typically start having decreases in testosterone. All of these things are happening that can affect a man's ability to perform. And we're not just talking about performing sexually. What?
Hold on, pause. I don't mean to throw men up under the bus right now. I promise. But y'all need to go look at the statistics. Y'all motherfuckers right now, at 30 anything, at 40 anything, at 50 anything, y'all got less testosterone than your granddaddies had at your same age.
Mm-hmm.
So don't take your granddaddy's example. That's not you. That's not nobody in this generation. That includes me. Whatever my granddaddy was, at 42, the testosterone for men around the globe is not what it was 2, 3, 4 generations ago.
Right.
So yeah, and it's trickling down. These young dudes, listen, I don't know what they eating or what's going on, but just go ahead, Chef. Go back into that.
What it boils down to is certain hormones increase or decrease in the body based on usage. Our today's men aren't out in the fields, plowing land and jumping on the back of cattle and all of that kind of stuff. They're not doing the work that typically required an increase in testosterone. So your resting testosterone is lower now because you don't need it. That's simply it. Men aren't doing the things that required the more testosterone. So this is why everybody running around here with honey packs at 35.
Not me. I ain't never had now. Never.
Look at the massive increase in the need for male wigs. Y'all balling at 27. And don't be like, well, my whole family do that. No, because your granddaddy 57 and he still got his hair.
He got some plucks up there. He got some up there.
he still got his hair. So, things like that. A lot of men are just like, well, I can just go out and get a younger woman because younger women like men. I mean, like older men. No, younger women like to use older men. Let's call it what it is. They need sponsors. They need sugar daddies.
They don't want to hear that.
They're not looking at you for a husband. They're looking at you for a meal. So
or just relief. Like she might even have her own money, but when she considers, okay, this old man drooling on me every time I go to the bar restaurant, girl, let me see what he's talking about. I can probably get 6 months of rent about him. And if you want to complain about that, men in general, that's fine. You don't. This is where the passport bros. This is where I got to hit them over the head too. You doing the same thing when you go abroad. It's just at a discount. Pay's baby mama is the one that you getting because the ones that got it together down there are married too. So the women that are still running around in these Hispanic and Latin communities, y'all got to remember culturally they marry their girls off relatively young.
They do.
They move on. The ones left are fending for themselves. A lot of them have children out of wedlock. So when you travel down there, you taking care of a family. You just got more money to do it. You just doing it at a discount.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't really want your old ass too, because they gonna end up settling with a younger dude around their same age who finally gets his shit together when he's in his 30s, when she's in her 30s, and they gonna leave you, man. Man, I don't know if y'all have seen the videos on men who go abroad to all these countries, whether they're in South America or Southeast Asia, and the relationship fails. It is devastating to some of those men, because they will have spent years sponsoring this younger woman. Mm-hmm. And when the money starts to dry out or a younger option with the same money comes along, those men get left behind. The suicide rates are up in those parts of the world when it comes to expats. You mean, and that's Americans and British men that are, or men from the United Kingdom that are traveling abroad to get love at a discount. When it don't work out, they either got to bring their ass back and make some more money, or they just give up altogether. Mm-hmm. So there's no escaping the wall for men. You can just you might get a little bit of distance on it here and there, but it exists for us.
But not even that's not distance. Being financially well off isn't distance. That's just a resource.
Yeah,
because if that's the case, you could just give a younger man more money, and he'd have actually better options than the older dude.
Absolutely.
So it's just a resource. Man, look. At the end of the day, everybody has to realize we have an expiration date. Two things you're gonna do in life is pay taxes and die.
Let me tell you.
Guaranteed.
Hold on. You just made a real good point, Chef. If you took a half decent 28-year-old and gave him the money and resources of a 48 or 58-year-old, he's gonna cook out there. It's gonna be fishing with dynamite. He's gonna be fishing with dynamite. He gonna be fishing with dynamite because that 28-year-old is if he's half decent. I ain't saying all the way decent. If he's just half decent,
look like Jay-Z and would still be.
He gonna cook. He's gonna be young enough to have the energy. He's gonna be just tapping into maturity, and then he's gonna have the money to go a little bit further than he otherwise would. He will cook out here.
Oh yeah,
he will cook.
But
you
got unks in them. They like, well, I could teach them young girls something. Oh, so you kind of trying to be her daddy? Got it.
Yeah,
got it. Because that's exactly what you're trying to do.
And the game aren't gonna teach her. She gonna turn around and use it to benefit the next man anyway. It ain't gonna even benefit him. It ain't gonna even benefit. Yeah. What I'm saying, she gonna use everything Unc gonna teach her. She gonna take that game, and then when she run into somebody she actually want in her age bracket, that's who gonna get the blessing. It ain't gonna be you, Unc, Grant, Pops.
You know what?
She just trying to get on that life insurance policy. Look, these men better quit playing and date somebody who know the signs of a stroke and a heart attack.
and that nigga really don't got nothing to teach her because he ain't learned nothing in all those years because the time that he was young, he was dealing with some women where sex was taboo. So they was quiet. When he thought
they wasn't keeping it real with him.
Yeah, she was trying to spare his feelings.
So nobody told his strokes ain't good.
No. Nobody told Unc them rabbit strokes wasn't it. He been rabbit stroking for
rabbit. Oh my God, rabbit.
He been rabbit pump. He been rabbit pumping for a minute. He ain't know.
Oh, poor thing. Bless it.
Been rabbit pumping and sweating all over people for years.
Nigga, Unc got one speed.
Rabbit man.
You like that? You like that?
Man, look, I mean, told get out my house. Just get out. Like, what is this? what is this? Get out.
Somebody said one speed jackhammer.
The door. It's all he gonna hear. The door. No. At our big age, you can go read a book and get some lessons or something.
No, bro, you know how teaching an old dog new tricks. First of all, let's be clear. Now, here's the wall that old men actually hit, thinking they know it all. You know how hard it is to tell an old man, bro, you've been doing that wrong for the longest. Listen, I can admit to it myself, just in general. When you've been doing things your way for a long time and they've been effective, and somebody come and tell you something new, you gonna stick to what's been effective. But if ain't nobody told you that's what you thought was effective wasn't really effective, bro. That's not really working.
Woo, boy, he a eater.
Yeah.
And he out here gumming on it.
Yeah. and you know what? When they find out they got to do something different, psychologically what happens, because we let's be clear, we talking about sex.
Like, I've been pleasing women all of this time.
Real talk.
Have you?
No, right. So herein lies here's the psychology that goes down, Chef. When a man thinks he's been doing it and he find out he ain't, it even more so affects it more so affects that, because now you thinking more than performing. So what you need to do, man, in order for me to stay engaged, I need to go get me a little supplement so I can do these other things that seem to work that I got to learn, because your ego, you ain't got the natural confidence because you learning something new. You know what I'm saying? It's like playing basketball, right? If all you use is your right hand and nobody ever told you to develop your left, you don't know what to do with your left. So the moment you start trying, you fumbling, you ain't scoring, you just out of whack. So what Unc go do? Unc say, all right, I'm gonna get these honey packs. I see these folks talking about a honey pack or a pill or some or another. No, they ain't. Listen, get you an old woman that's gonna be patient with you. Get you an old woman that's gonna be patient with you. She gonna be a little patient. She gonna guide you a little bit, Unc. She gonna show you, hey, what they stop that right there. Don't do that no more. And she gonna guide you. Them young girls gonna hurt your feelings when they tired of you and your money low. They gonna say this shit whack.
Us older women gonna hurt feelings too. Cause I'm real sick and tired of seeing 50-year-old men with jet black beards. Sir, go the hell on. Go the hell on. Like, no. What? You look like you just painted your face.
What's wrong with the jet black beard? Why are you hating?
Sir, what? It looks terrible. It looks terrible. And it honestly makes them men look older than if they had just left the salt and pepper. Because you got a lot of
it doesn't match. It's hard. This is weird to say, but your skin brightness, tone, clarity, all that lines up with your hair. When there's a disparity, there's a disparity. So I think I see what you're saying right there. Like, the disparity ages you a little bit.
It ends up looking like that drain cleaner stuff. To have this jet black behind beard. Now, I need to be something if they went like with a softer black or something closer to their natural color. But they end up going jet black because they're trying to cover the gray. Honey, let that gray flourish. That gray is cute. It's attractive.
Mm-hmm.
If you really try to funk out here, you gonna be confident.
But they don't. But here's the thing. When you're trying to blend in with the younger demographic and seeing that you're on the same level and haven't lost a step, that's what forces them to say, I wanna black it out.
We can hear your knees pop on. Chill out.
Man, yeah.
We hear your hip. We see you walking like Shannon Sharp.
They hear the clicking. They hear the clicking going on, bro.
Like, just be you. It's cool. Be you.
That's funny as hell. That is funny as hell. So lessons for the fellas, man. There is a wall. So I'm gonna tell y'all my story about the way I looked at it. I was probably, I'm 42 now. I think I was like 36 when I looked up and said, you know what? There's a certain aesthetic that I like. There's a certain energy that I like. And I keep attracting these type of women that I want. But how long am I going to be able to continue to so easily attract them with just what I present physically, where I am in life, mentally? How long am I going to be able to last in that? And I thought about it for a second. I was like, man, all I am is, let's just say I have a accident and I can't go to the gym. And then let's just say something, I don't know, but let's just say I hit a faster decline than what I realized. And my 40s become this major drop off because I felt great all through my 30s. I'm like, man, y'all can't tell me nothing. And people telling you look young for your age and blah, blah, blah. But I thought about it just for one quick second. What if tomorrow all that was gone? Mm-hmm. And I still have the same preferences, tastes, and standards. So let's just say that doesn't evolve with my aging. What am I going to end up out here doing? I'm going to be the old motherfucker who think he still got it when he don't. And I'm going to look like a fool out here. So I said, let me stop now. Do y'all remember all the joking I used to do on social media? Say, I'm going to find me somebody fine and young so I can get old on their ass real quick. Yep. I was kind of joking, but in a sense, you gonna steal their youth. Like, yeah, boy, I'm gonna give you one that's fine and young, and I'm just going, and then I'm just gonna show, I'm just gonna hit that decline on them. And I haven't done that, but my thinking was just like, bro, in the next 10 years, you're gonna still like the same type. And what makes you think you got that kind of time to play around and still get that? What makes you think? So I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and wise on up and get on out the game real quick, boy. Before get out the game before the game put me out. Let me go out on my own terms, boy. Let me just go on out on my own terms, boy.
And we'll put you out.
And stop playing with quality women when you know what I'm saying. You just can't.
Yeah.
You just can't do it. So anyway, that's when I thought about the time and what it looked like on the back end of that. Anyway, there's another subject matter. We gonna get on the men for a little bit today. Sorry, fellas, it's just what it is. We and it's not like we do it on purpose. Sometimes we cooking the ladies, sometimes we cooking the fellas. But Sheffy had a particular subject matter she wanted to tackle, and it was the lack of affection. I believe it was the lack of affection among men. And so I was wondering, you know, I guess my question is, how does the relationship tend to fail when that man is just unaffectionate? How does that just fall off? You know, and in your experience, from if you've experienced it and from the outside looking in.
So it's a couple of things. So a lot of people, when they think safety, they usually think financial safety. They usually think physical safety, like, you know, somebody having a gun in the house and things like that. And then of course now we are hearing more about emotional safety. But there is an intimacy with affection that a lot of men, I don't think, factor into the process. So, like, you see videos of dudes saying, you know, I want a woman that's obsessed about me and is going to hug on me all night and everything while we're in the bed. But okay, when y'all are awake, the men aren't applying that same level of affection, but then they're upset that they're not getting it. So it's one of those things where a lot of women, of course, date larger men, because they feel like, oh, well, he's going to keep me safe. There's safety in that same man's arms, like literally. Just like when you have a baby, my son's sitting right here. When he's distraught, I pick him up, I hold him, I caress him, he calms down because he feels safe in my arms. He feels safe when he can see me. He feels safe when he can hear me, but he absolutely feels safe when I'm holding him. So the same is true for affection in a relationship from men. Men, you know, are usually thinking, oh, well, it's always the woman who hugs on the man and things like that. But no, for that woman to feel safe in that relationship, she needs your arms. You could not cheat, pay all the bills, even have good sex, all of that. But if there is a lack of affection, she's going to have a lack of connection. And this goes even deeper into the psychology of touch and how touch is like a natural antidepressant, how hugging has become so necessary for people that you have entire businesses created on cuddling. You have professional freaking cuddlers out here.
Yeah.
Then people making like $200 an hour to hug somebody. It's crazy. Well, it's not crazy. It actually makes
sense. No, it makes sense. Yeah.
But you know, men are like, well, you know, she seem like she's disinterested or she's not initiating. When the last time you hugged that woman? Not just told her you loved her, not made her a plate of food because you know she had a rough day or gotten a baby so she could take a shower. When's the last time you hugged her? Not screwed her, not cuddled her after you finish having sex. Just a hug. And
I recommend, fellas, when you hug, every now and then put a little squeeze on it. Just put a little squeeze on it. Take a little breath out of it a little bit so she can. Oh, wait, not too tight, baby.
Right,
not too
man.
tight. You know,
them the best ones, man. The best ones. Where it's just like, oh, he about to like hug the stuffing out of me. I love it. Yes.
I always get told to crack her back when I do.
Hey,
go sit while you here. Go ahead and squeak. Keep on.
Nah,
Like, all right,
that's the holy grail right there. Crack my back. Oh,
Yep.
hot shot, I tell you. Hey,
whoa, did that? Oh, oh, hell. What in the world? I told you we gotta get this church started while y'all
a
playing.
good hug will change your life.
I'm telling you, yeah. Listen,
Man.
you are when I don't, even if I have words, but I've learned whether I have words for my wife when she's going through or I don't, man, go over there and just give that woman a hug and say, come on here. That means and that's whether I'm the reason for the discord or whether it's work or whether it's family or friend. Girl, come on over here. You know, because I've learned that with my daughters. I learned that with my daughters, you know what I'm saying, seeing them go through stuff and learning to you as a parent, as a dad especially, you automatically want to go into fight and kill the world mode when somebody hurt them. But when you bypass them to go kill the world and you don't stop just a moment to say, come here. It's a game changer. You got to do that. And that's that safety and provider stuff that men don't have those conversations among. I can be honest. I ain't never had those conversations among men. When men, we talk about getting up and taking our ass to work. That, like, real talk. Me and Frank, we talk about it all the time, man. We got to go and get this work. We got to go there and do this. I ain't never sitting there having a conversation with that man about when the last time he hugged his old lady. I'm assuming he do it, but it's just not a conversation that men have necessarily. So we need women to put it out there that, yo, that shit is just as important.
Man, I'm telling you, a good hug will get a bill paid around here.
What? You paying bills for hugs?
Your bill, sir.
Babe. Hey.
Bree is not gonna come get me.
No, me and Bree finna come hug you. We gonna double hug the shit out of Chef. There we go. Shit, what you talking
about? Because it's a lost art. I mean, like you'll see posts where people talk about like fingering as a lost art. Just a good old hug is a lost art.
Whoa, we ain't gonna just gloss over that there now. We ain't gonna never mind.
Yeah, we are.
We're gonna stay on the path. We're gonna stay on the path.
That's something that I have to stay consciously aware of. And it's not always on the forefront of my mind. Even though I am an affectionate person, I like to receive affection. I like to give affection, but sometimes it just don't be right down in that frontal lobe to where I'm just like, you know what? Let me go and hug you. So I'm more of a toucher, and I'm always if we just laying down watching TV or something, I got to do something too. I got to touch something on her, whether it's my foot on her feet or I'm just tapping her or poking her or just
so you
like
put them Grizzly Adams feet on that lady, man. You understand?
Yeah,
man. Damn, boy.
I make you go to the nail shop. You got to get let win and
my toes regularly on the regular.
Okay.
See, I just occupy. What I do is she just wake up in the morning. I be on her side of the bed. She be like, "What the hell is going on?" I'm like, "Hey, man, listen, man. I saw space and opportunity. I just closed the gap real quick. Come right over, right in the middle, right in her side. You got all that bed over there. Like, look, I ain't studying that.
Mm-hmm.
You go on over there. If it's more space over there, you go on over there, and then I'll meet you over there too."
I don't even know what my side of the bed feel like. That side of the mattress still brand new.
It's just a big old dent in one side of the mattress.
I had a whole starfish. Like, I'm balled up in a corner because folks sleeping diagonal.
Yeah. Oh, that diagonal. Oh, see,
I just be trying to reach you in the bed. Like, you ain't reaching me. You done push me up in the corner, and I'm bigger than you. Like, what is this?
Gotta touch.
Got to.
But it's
because you know what part of that is for us is because when you move or get out of the bed, we can feel that disturbance. It might not wake us up, but it alerts us that you've moved or got out of the bed. That's also a protection mechanism too. It's like she not here no more, so my body wakes up a little bit before she gets out the door. You know what I'm saying? So I think there's a thing there where a man just has to touch and put his hands on, and some of us just go overboard. We just decide we're gonna just colonize the whole damn bed and occupy all her space. That's what I'm
But
talking
like
about.
hugs are like fire suppression. If she arguing and fussing at you, just go hug her.
Yep. Oh, that's good. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. Yeah.
You ain't gotta say nothing. You ain't gotta do the "Are you done?" You ain't gotta
No, don't
do
say nothing. Just
"I'm
go
sorry,"
hug.
no
Just go
nothing.
hug.
Just go hug her.
Ooh, I'm gonna try that.
That's
I'm gonna weaponize that shit. You damn right. Because I like getting out of trouble quick. I don't like waiting for it to boil over. I like getting it over quick.
And if you really trying to fire suppress, play in her hair.
And hug her with a heart on too. With that heart on.
Now you doing too much.
Hug her. Hug her.
Now you don't ruin it. Never mind.
You hug her with a heart on. And be like, you feel that? You feel that? You keep on.
We're not 22 anymore. Doesn't work.
You keep on fussing. You keep on fussing. I'm gonna put it to work now. Now keep on. You keep keeping on. Yeah. Hug her with a heart on, boy. They need that. They like that.
To get a game and hear you being nasty.
Always. You always gotta mix some nasty in it. Don't ever think you say. See, look, that's why I say I don't do a bunch of arguing on Facebook with women, because I can't do nothing about that when the moment comes. You know what I'm saying? But with this old lady around here, you can do all that fussing you want to. I know we can make that up on later. Woman on Facebook give me all that hell. I can't do nothing about that. So I'm gonna tap out at a certain point in the dialogue.
Turn off notifications.
Yeah, easy. But this one right here, yeah, I absolutely, yeah. While she fighting and arguing, you know what I'm saying, and go hug her and then press something up against her real quick. See what that is. All she gonna do is say, I know you not.
Man, she won't even.
I mean, you say what?
Ain't no touch when we beefing.
She won't let you come near?
Man, no.
Do it anyway.
Go take the punch.
I'm just as stubborn.
See, well.
Oh, there we go.
Remind me your birthday.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you. Hold on. Let me tell y'all what I tried to do. I tried to, a woman that was attacking me. I tried to kiss her mid attack, and I got bit in my lip so hard I had to go get a stitch in it. Yeah, so that didn't quite work. That didn't quite work that time. I don't know what movie I saw that from.
You got to hug, and if she like fighting, you got to get her arms down like this and just hug her.
Just hug her.
Now after the fight, if we come to a resolution, then we'll hug it out. But like during and I'm pissed, nah, man, we go square up.
So when is okay? So chef, so when is it appropriate to then rest the meat on her? When is that okay? Real talk. This is important, bro.
The fire is suppressed. So once you have hugged her and she is now calm.
But what if I want some of the fire? I want some of the fire on the meat.
You don't. You want the gratitude that comes after the fire is so much more potent than the fire.
You just want to poke some.
Pretty much. This is what happens when you get vasectomies. Too much.
No fear.
Oh,
no fear. No fear. Boof, 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 boof.
Go bring out a dog on 50 cal.
Yeah. Like boy, I'm like one of the movie scenes when they get in the back of the truck and they whip off that hood and the Gatling gun be there.
Man, you gonna be
damn, and they all blanks, so it ain't.
I hope you keep checking the day blanks.
It's been a little while, but I got that last check. I want to say 2 years ago, and they were like, "Bro, you cooked, man." Like, and I always ask them, just because you always ask them. So if I wanted a reversal, what is the percentage? Man, that percentage drops every year after a vasectomy. That percentage of reversal, like it's like at 70 some percent, then it goes to 66, then it drops to 42, and then it drops to like 10. So I'm at a 10% if I go get a reversal that'll actually be effective. 10% chance. 10%. That's crazy.
It's you.
That's crazy.
It's gonna be 90.
Yeah, yeah. I'll be the one. Hey, look, we were talking about that the other day. I told Frank, I said, hey man, I think I'm gonna go get a reversal, man, and make this thing happen. Listen, he wouldn't even entertain the idea. But I think if I did something like that, that dude would lose his mind. But listen, he would be absolutely shook because I've been the one talking for the longest time. Hey man, I'm done. I'm old. I got them all out the way.
Don't
I'm
do
good.
it. I'm
He was
telling
like,
you,
man,
don't do it.
he said, hey man, ain't no way you gonna start over. He said, man, you got a grandchild. Ain't no way you gonna start over. So
Don't do it, bro. I'm telling you, don't do it. Look, you know how hard it was. Now, mind you, Miles is only 9. So it's only been 9 years.
That's still far removed.
And I just a lot of times I just be like, what did I do? I don't remember doing any of this.
Yeah.
Only thing I remembered real good is how to change diapers and how to breastfeed. Everything else, it was like, well, how do I make a bottle? What formula do I buy? When do I know to change diaper sizes?
Only thing that I know I'm elite at.
Work.
Look, the only thing that I know for sure that I'm elite at is burping them. I know how to pick them up, get them there, and hit that little nice soft hollow spot right there. I'm an automatic burper. But outside of that, everything else, I think I would need a PowerPoint to do everything else.
Yeah, like you forget.
Damn.
I was kind of concerned that I wasn't holding George the right way. When he got the I was like, I'm about to drop this little boy, man. I know
it's easy. You hold babies one way. You just grab them up by the back of their little fur, grab them by their little fur on the back, and just hold them or grab. Yeah, ain't nothing. Nothing.
He didn't become a real baby to me until he was about 4 months old. Prior to that, it was like he was a baby doll because he was so little.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he was only like four, just under 5 pounds when he was born. So you know, he was like this big. And it's like, what is this? I'm gonna break it. It's glass. Like, what am I doing with this? And my whole like breast was the size of him, and he tried to drink from it. It was a lot.
Whoa. You got a human sized titty? What the hell is going on?
He was 5 pounds.
Oh, okay. I was confused.
He was little. Now his head done caught up. Now he good. But he was little. He was tiny as a preemie. But yeah, don't start over, man. Don't do it.
I think I'd just be talking, but I can genuinely say if she came to me and said, y'all
better go get the grandbabies.
Who you telling? Hey man, look, man, we would more likely, I think for her, just being around babies, having, touching, that's enough. As far as keeping and raising, I do think once your life gets to a certain point where you don't got to consider all the little things necessary, all the low-hanging things, all the things on the ground. It was all that stuff that I considered that let me know, nah, bro, I don't want to keep, I don't even want to risk it again, because you got to change your life around when they come around. That's just the way it is.
Like, even people like, well, he dropped his toy, you gonna wash it out? No, his immune system be all right. I'm not.
His who?
His immune system will be all right.
Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm talking about, man. Let that boy, man. Yeah. I mopped yesterday, 2 days ago. He'll be all right. He'll be tough.
He'll be fine.
Yeah.
Sometimes I pick something up myself.
Yeah, that's what's wrong with these goddamn boogers out here today. Anyway, they ain't got nothing in their system. They ain't played no dirt. They ain't did nothing.
This is true.
They for real talk.
He not breastfed and ain't play outside in the dirt. You can't do both, because now your immune system just ain't got nothing.
Yeah, that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. All right, so the other one, man. I came across one of those Jubilee episodes, and I'm not gonna play the whole entire segment because it was like a 10-minute segment. But the question that they asked was, would you want to know whether or not your significant other cheated? And so, there was a woman who kind of gives her perspective on whether she would want to know and whether or not she'd tell. So I'm gonna play that, and I'm gonna get y'all thoughts on it, as far as how y'all would want it to play out for yourselves if you were ever in the situation.
I would rather not know that I was cheated on.
It's lonely up here. So I think my perspective on this has shifted quite a bit after the last year, since I've been dialoguing so much with both betrayers and the betrayed party. And I think that there's slight benefit to the person who has been betrayed if the betrayer has already come to a decision about leaving the relationship. I think that our whole truth is not necessarily a obligation to give to everybody.
Did you let your husband know when you cheated, or your ex-husband know when you cheated on him?
Yeah, I told
How
him.
did that conversation
It was awful. It was horrible. It felt like I was giving him more information than he needed. What had happened was, fell in love with a colleague overseas. I was like, there's no way this can be happening. I am married. I can't do this. And then I slept with him, and I went back home, and I moved out. And I said, okay, I cannot be trusted with this person. And I disclosed everything and dropped the hammer, and then just went on my way to an apartment by myself. If you have cheated on somebody, the psychological effects on that person need to be considered. Your perception of everything that had occurred is tainted because you're wondering, well, was she thinking about me in this picture that we took? Was she thinking about him? And I think that there is just a lot to consider when you are deliberating on how much and what to share.
I love everything you just said. I agree, but with like a caveat of, I'm thinking of this from the cheater's perspective. I always told my partners when I cheated on them, but I told them for the wrong reasons. I told them to alleviate my own guilt. And when the fact is, I should have just ended the relationship. And so my thing is, I wouldn't want my partner to tell me just so they could beg me for my forgiveness and let's move forward, da-da-da. I would only want them to tell me in the context of like, and I'm breaking up with you. Like, and no like details or anything. It would just be like, I'm breaking up with you. Oh my God, why? I cheated. And I obviously can't be with somebody that I would cheat on. Like that would be, so yes, I would want them to tell me, but like only in that context of like, I cheated, we have to break up.
She looks strong.
So let me tell you, man, the first lady, the idea that, okay, so she believes in telling them, but she believes in sparing details. But she mentioned that you got to consider the psychological effects of you disclosing. I would say that would be one of the biggest reasons. I don't know if I'd want to know, and I don't know what I would disclose on either side. So if I'm the bad guy, I'm not telling you unless it's absolutely necessary. If I'm on the other side of it, don't tell me unless it's absolutely necessary, because I don't know how I'm going to react. And also, I've been on the other side of it, and I've seen the reactions of disclosing or them finding out. And there's levels, you would prefer that if you tell her, she cries, she slap you, and then she tell you it's over with, and that's it. That's the best case scenario if you go tell your old lady, other than she cries, slap you, tell you she mad, and she take you back, forgive you, and y'all move forward. The other one is she cries, slap you, and then she leave, and that's it. There's other things. There's damage that they can do to themselves. There's damage that they can do to other people. Their lives can melt down around them. So I feel what they're saying when they say consider that psychological ramifications. And then on the other side, like the other lady said, don't tell me unless you're leaving. You know what I'm saying? Because man, it could be devastating. But what's y'all's thought on it? Would you want to know yourselves, and also would you feel the need to disclose if you stepped out of bounds?
I'm 50-50. I don't want to know because ignorance is bliss, and I don't want to have to deal with that emotional baggage. and the responsibility of dealing with some trauma I didn't cause on myself. So just like it's like that Mario Winans song. Like I don't want to know, but at the same time, I do want to know because I want to know exactly who I'm dealing with, and then I can make the decision to find somebody else who is more trustworthy and loyal. So it's a situation of if you did it, be slick about it.
Please.
That's the least you can do. Is don't let me find out. Don't be sloppy with it. Don't let nobody know it happened. Leave
no, and nobody that know me. Don't embarrass me out here. Please.
So, but if you stupid with it, it's best that you tell me rather than I find out. And that's something that will release a whole nother monster. Is if it's something that I have to find out. And don't even give me cause to be suspicious. And then I go looking. I don't even want to go looking. But if it's so obvious that I have to just go and peek just to confirm my suspicion, and if I find out my suspicion was true, I'm burning everything down. Everything got to go.
And you know what? And I've always said this to him. I believe him because I said the difference between him and I is anything that I've done, I can always say there's a reality where you catch that shit back in some way. I said, but when you ain't never stepped out on nobody, like never played in that way, those people have a entirely different standard on if you fuck around on them because they ain't never done it to nobody, let alone the one that did it to them. So they be ready to burn it all down. Like I've heard men and women, and they like even the subject matter, boy, their eyes light up a little bit like, boy, because you mean to tell me my whole life I've been doing right by people and this comes my way? Yeah, man.
I've never cheated in my life. Have no plans on ever doing it because I'm not a believer that monogamy is this grand thing that everyone should shoot for anyway. So rather than cheat on you, I'm probably just going to say, hey, let's open this thing up or I'm going to leave. I'm not going to cheat. Because I don't believe in lying or being dishonest in that regard. So I'll just deuces. I want to know every time, and I've been cheated on in quite a few relationships. Every time it happened, I already knew.
Oh, of course.
I'm an empath. I always know. But I give people the opportunity to tell me, or I'll just come flat out and ask. You're sleeping with such and such, aren't you?
Whoa.
You always
Whoa. T. You didn't say you sleeping around. You said you sleeping. You be that dialed in to where you know who the motherfucker is.
Oh yeah, energy. You can watch the exchange of energy between people and tell what's happening. It ain't rocket science.
See, let me tell y'all fellas something, bro. Let me tell you where y'all niggas be. Y'all be in their DMs. Y'all be interacting with them on Facebook. It's my ex that we still cool. Boy, let me tell you. When you said that, there was a coworker one time that liked me. My ex, we had this thing at work. My ex sat there and she pulled me to the side later. Said, "Who is that?" I said, "Oh, that's such and such." Yeah. I said, "What's up with her?" Mm-hmm. I said, "What are you talking about?"
Yep.
She said, She said, I ain't accusing you of nothing, but she paying attention to you. It came out years later years later, that woman say, you know what, back then, you know, remember I had a crush on you. No, I wasn't gonna be disrespectful, say nothing, but you know, and I was like, how did this motherfucker?
It's not
First
hard.
statement.
I mean, you got to think. At most, many women we're really tapped in to just how people ebb and flow. So we can come into a situation and know nothing about what's happening in that room, but it's almost like we can watch the passage of energy between people. So yeah, I
Y'all
can
know
point,
who's clicking with who.
yeah, I can point it out. You
Yeah.
sleeping with such and such. Like the
Yeah.
this guy I dated in my early 20s. I was like, yeah, you sleeping with such and such because we both worked together. And we were both managers of KFC. The KFC that used to be across from DeKalb County Jail. And then there was a manager there.
Oh, okay.
And I said, you sleeping with such and such, ain't you? Huh? That you
Don't
can
hunt,
see
you
that
hunt, you can hear.
question.
That's dead.
That's dead giveaway. Hunt, you can hear. Yep.
Right. And he was like, and then he just broke down crying. I'm just so sorry. I mean, whatever. You ain't gotta do all the show for me. But I knew. So if I'm asking a man, did you cheat on me? It's because I know you did. And it's sometimes I'll have evidence. Most times I don't. Most of the time it's literally me watching the passage of energy, and you know, soul ties are a thing. And when you have somebody that's tapped in, they can see the ties. It's like looking at the timeline on in the Loki, where you can see all the different lines. You can literally see how people are connected together. If you're tapped in. So I want to know, and I don't want to know details per se. But you know, I want to know who. I don't
Are you giving them are you giving them a chance to be honest?
Yes.
In that moment, and now does there, if they're honest in that moment, what does that look like as far as a relationship? Does the relationship continue? Does it fold? Or do you make a decision? Or is it a coin toss for you? I asked you, you went ahead and owned it. What are you doing with that going forward?
I'm more willing to work with somebody who's accountable than somebody who just gonna lie to me when I done caught you. Because
I'm alive. I'm straight up. I'm alive.
Right.
I'm alive.
But if I'm asking you, that means I already know. So if you lie
Right.
to me, that means I really can't trust you. There's a difference between a lie by omission and you lying to my face. Cheating in most cases is a lie by omission. Unless, of course, you've done something, you know, weird to make that cheating happen, versus some other people do it conveniently. Like I'm on my way home from work and stop and get me something real quick. Or and that's different from you sitting at home with me. Oh, I gotta go to the store, and that's what you're going to do. Because that point you've lied to my face. If you can look me in my face and still lie to me, I can't trust you.
That's a little dangerous. Yeah.
I can never trust anything else you had to say. Versus if I catch you and you own up to it, okay. There's enough of your character for me to allow a mistake. Even though cheating isn't necessarily a mistake, it's a choice. But
more of a bad decision. More of a bad decision. Because I don't like that mistake shit. Like what you slipped, you just running, you slipped and fell on his dick. Like that's a mistake.
I mean, that
but
can happen,
a
though.
decision.
What? Sometimes, you know, everybody don't wear underwear no more. So you know.
You know what? I went about 2 years wearing no drawers at all, boy. There was a time where quickness and convenience, boy, just. Like if you could have got look, even now I keep telling this woman around here, give me some snatchaways. So give me some snatchaways. That's time. I don't want to step out and then you step out of your pants and you gotta kick your feet off and do all that. I don't got time.
Just pull them down.
No. Listen, I need freedom of movement. I need I need to slide and do all this other shit.
You probably want to need some snatchaways to go sit on the toilet, huh?
Listen, yes, I be in a public bathroom. In the public, I be naked in the public bathroom. I take my shirt off, I take my pants off, hang everything up, and I just be sitting there in my drawers, public bathroom. Don't let don't let no fire alarm go off. And I'm doing number 2 because I'm coming out in some socks and shoes and drawers only, and maybe a shirt, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, I gotta get all the way undressed. So I need them snatchaways. Yeah, man. Yeah.
But
I'm
forgiving of cheaters. I'm forgiving of cheaters because I recognize that cheating isn't about me.
Yeah.
It's usually about them and some insecurity they have. A lot of times it's related to mommy issues and other things. You know, you have a lot of men who cheat out of intentional destruction. Like they're trying to destroy a good relationship because they don't feel worthy of it.
Yo.
So I'm actually very forgiving of a cheater. I just need to know. But if you're going to keep lying to me, sir, you can hit the dough.
There was a guy who just, I don't know where I saw it at. And he said that was part of his sabotaging of a relationship that wasn't working out, to where, you know what, I'm just going to go cheat. And then I'm going to do so recklessly. And she's going to question me and she's going to leave.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
way he doesn't have to do the work.
Don't have to do no work.
The relationship, he forces her to do it for him.
Absolutely. I would, man. I'm with Sam. I don't want to be embarrassed out here. I would rather, man, honestly, and I'm gonna be 100%. If my old lady came to me and said, you know what, the relationship ain't serving me for whatever reason, and if it was blindsiding, like I'm talking about total blindside, I thought everything was good on Monday, and she come to me on Wednesday, I know I'm going to have a lot of questions going off. But I've always had this thing about me where everything has a expiration date. Everything. We have an expiration date, so everything else does, right? So my thoughts would be to get me through that moment, to not go, looking for the details and possibly getting some information I don't want. I'm gonna probably say, you know what, and you don't believe this is reconcilable, you're done, you good, you absolutely sure there's nothing we can, you sure. And if she gives me that, I'm sure I know it is what it is. I just want to move on with my life. I'm going to cry in the car. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to cry in the car, and I'm going to keep it moving. I'm not going to go down the path of discovery. I'm going to go down the path of healing and trying to figure out what I'm going to do for myself moving forward. That's just how I am about it. So getting the details, understand, because I'm not going to hunt you down. I'm not going to look into your life. There's not a situation. There's no situation ever, even with my ex-wife, there's no situation ever where I've done any digging after the fact. I'm one of those people. I don't need I don't need closure. Never needed closure. Never. No. If you bring me closure later, if you come across something later and you say, you know what, and I've had that happen, you know what, Mo, I could have did that better, I could have did that different. You was right about that. I don't go seeking that ever. I don't go on social media of exes. There's not an ex on this planet whose social media I don't went back and said, let me go see what she's doing now. No. Especially if they checked out. Hell no. So I can live with not knowing and you walking away, leaving me to believe whatever I wanted to believe. I'm good with that.
I'm mostly good with that. It's certain people, it's like, nah, I need an explanation.
No, nigga, you gotta tell me.
I paid a bill.
You gotta do the exam shit.
You think you
and you gotta knock some over
everybody.
And you gotta knock some shit over. You gotta throw some shit, boy. You gotta get real. You gotta get
Yeah, other people, and it has nothing to do with like their value in my life or anything. It's just certain relationships. It's like, okay, I kind of saw this coming, so I'm okay with not having closure. But them like hard 180s. What happened? I need to know. The engineer in me ain't letting it go.
Especially especially when your soul, what you say about your soul when you love
I
that man.
scoop my
What did you say
soul
about the
out.
soul? When you don't love them like that, you need to know.
Yes.
Just tell them about scooping of the soul.
I do, man.
Well, that stuck with me.
If it's a slow fizzle over time, I'm okay with that. It's like, okay, we just got to the end of it. But you did a hard 180 on me. Oh no, I'm about to pop up at your job.
Now a hard 180 when y'all in this. Now let me say, golly. No, so even in dating situations where I felt that things abrupt, I don't know. I would, for me, I've always thought that, all right, maybe I just wasn't the guy. Now that's dating.
Oh, no.
Committed relationships, I've never had that. So that might, if everything's good on Monday and then Wednesday, that book is just like, I need to see some sort of fall. I'm with you. I need to see some sort of decline so I can, when the information is brought to me, I can be like, well, I know we ain't been great, but damn, we ain't all that bad. And then that book will say, yeah, we kind of are. I can live with that. But if Monday, if we just went on a vacation and we just enjoying our life, and then you just like, that one might be a little bit harder.
And I'm about to hurt for the next 2 years. You hear me? And every time I see you, I'm gonna cry. Like, no, because it's like when you do a hard break like that, you don't get time to grieve. When it's kind of trickling off, it's like
you start grieving,
waiting for it to end. Very, very different. So otherwise,
which honestly is why I think so. I'm gonna add this to it. I'm gonna move on to our next one. That's why I think some women that do step out and they know they're gonna move on, they let it slowly fizzle. Because they know that the hard one is going to bring a lot of questions and a lot of inspection. They know that the slow fizzle makes sense. That's why I've always said that I think women cheat better and cheat wiser because they think of the ramifications way more than men. Men aren't physically scared of women like that. So we never think she gonna choke me to death. Women, on the other hand, like women, we should. We should think that we know, real talk. We should think that woman, she might not be able to physically handle you like that, but what if she decides she's gonna go do something different? What if she gonna do something different? Grits are still a thing. Like what is she gonna do? Man, listen. Arsenic is a thing, bro.
Man, rising. You know how many dudes out here have been poisoned and they don't know.
They don't, and so that's what I'm saying. So it's just like, man,
catch that chick.
Right. And so we don't have that respect, that mortal fear respect that women have. Women have a mortal fear. Girl, I ain't gonna tell that man that shit. He gonna choke the hell out of my eyeball and make it out the house. Crazy. Men need to have a little bit of that. We need to have a little bit of the thought that she could be a little cunning and get you on your way out the door, bro. So I think that's why the slow fizzle happens a little bit more. Sheffy, man, you know what? This is gonna be a break in a whole nother direction, but you dropped this subject matter.
I would rather not.
My bad. Hold on. You dropped this subject matter a couple of weeks ago, so I'm gonna have to put this one on there. You talked about the NFL and them catches and them goddamn gloves they use these days, and whether or not we should be impressed. And I've seen a few topics on it.
Now, y'all see all of these one-handed catches now in the NFL and your fake football league. And let's just go ahead and take a look. Why?
Look at this shit.
Because if you remember, if any of y'all watched football before this new league started, you'll remember that you never really saw one-handed catches, especially not like this one right here. Especially not like this right there, where it's literally... He literally caught it with 3 fingers. Take a look at this. He caught it with 3 fingers. Now ask yourself, why is he able to do that? Is he just that good? Is Beckham just that good? He's such a great receiver? Well, let's just take a look. Now this guy here, he's exposing, I guess, what they call stick-em gloves. And he goes out to a high school and he puts these wide receivers out there and gives them no gloves, asks them to make some one-hand catches. They can't do it. Then he hands them the stick-em gloves. right? And now, oh, look at that. Magic. Now they're the best wide receivers in the game. Huh. Oh, but it's not just football players. Let's take a look. Oh, look, we can give it to a regular guy on the street and he can make a one-handed catch. We can give it to a guy at a table, doesn't even wrap his hands around the ball, he catches. How about the girl in the States? We throw it at her, she can make it a finger grab, and then this guy, I can catch them all one-handed. Now, if this guy right here can make this type of catch easy like that, then that means they're just as good as your wide receivers in the NFL.
Yo, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, Sister Chef. And look, it took a woman to bring this damn topic up.
It's so okay. So
it took a woman to bring this topic up. We're gonna pause and recognize that there's a platform with a bunch of masculinity and testosterone. And this woman brought this up.
Because y'all don't be wanting to talk about sports.
We don't listen. That's Frank, man. He ain't in the sports,
Look,
man.
come football season, we gonna have a section on sports.
Man, we can do a section on sports all the time. I'm with
it. I'm good with
it. But jump this one off. Since you brought this one up, you start this one off about these goddamn NFL these players and these gloves. Go ahead.
So here's what I don't like about the video itself, because it says, oh, well, they didn't give this guy gloves at all, and then they gave him gloves. Not giving gloves at all and then giving him gloves isn't a proper test. If you gave him regular gloves versus the quote-unquote stick-em gloves, then I'd be more inclined to believe that. So I think a couple of things are happening here. I don't necessarily think there's glue on the gloves. That doesn't logically make sense for a long-term game, because that would mean you would have to keep reapplying, or over time the stick-em would not be as quality. What I think, however, is the material of the glove.
It's tacky,
and
I've held the gloves. It's a tacky material. Oh, okay. Absolutely. So there's when you take those gloves, I've held them. When you take those gloves, you could take that glove and drop it toward the edge of a table, and the glove will grab the edge of the table. Like, so take the glove, drop it.
Got it.
And it's a tackiness to it. So basically all you really got to do is get your hand there,
is reach,
and it will at least stop the ball. It will stop the ball. The ball's rarely just going to bounce off of it. It will stop the ball. Now you got to guide it in and get it into your body. So you still got to be able to reach, jump, but the catching ability, it's absolute. Those gloves are an absolute advantage. But what's fair is they give them to everybody. The linebackers have them. The cornerbacks have them. The wide receivers have them. Everybody can use those gloves to get, if they put their hand on that ball, it's going to stick.
I think I would have a little bit more respect for it if it was more scientific, where the polymer of the glove or the leather on the glove is kind of a contrast to the pigskin on the ball, which would make the two kind of interact together. I would have more respect for it if it was that. Because at that point, it's literally a science project of, let's make sure these materials that contrast are likely to grip, versus just plain leather glove, which will cause some slippage if there's no kind of interaction between the two materials. But if it's actually tacky like that, where you can drop it and it is to the table, it's
I think what happened. Okay, so I don't want to defend. I don't want to defend the glove, but okay, so in cold weather, right? In cold weather, players were complaining that they could not grip the ball or do what they needed in cold weather. So I think the original, I don't know this, I don't play in the NFL, so I can't argue this. So I think originally they said we want a glove to where they can still catch the ball, but protect their hands from the elements. I imagine that that's pure speculation on my part. I don't know. I ain't read it, I ain't researched it. But I physically have held that glove. And that glove is a difference maker. They're not joking when they give an old person that glove and say, stick your hand up, I'm going to throw it. Now, I'm also say this. An NFL quarterback throwing that ball is different because the speed and trajectory that ball's gonna come in there with, you think an old person gonna catch that? No, it will knock your goddamn hands off. So it's an advantage, but it's and I would say this. I would compare it to the eras, right? Don't tell me these receivers are better than Chris Carter and them. No, you're not gonna disrespect Chris Carter. You're not gonna disrespect Jerry Rice. We can hands down say those dudes were not using these.
Right.
These dudes in this day and age. So once you got past the T.O. and Randy Moss era, you started seeing these gloves come about then. They definitely they are an advantage, but I don't think they're going out the game for the simple fact that they tell everybody, hey, you can use them. So they tell the cornerback, you can use them too. And the cornerback's like, I bet if I get my hand on the ball, I got to pick.
I don't know. It's unfortunate because it's really giving me wrestling vibes. It's really giving me wrestling vibes a little bit. Like, this ain't real.
Especially with all the extra acrobatics that come with it.
Yes.
I'm sitting here
like, oh my God, look at that catch.
Yeah.
And then I find out you're using some sticky gloves.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, nice.
Yeah, especially with the one hand, like for real, like when you jump up, when I see a player jump up and they get two hands on the ball and they pull it in, I'm like, all right, but the one hand grabs, those man, like
dunk in freaking for football at this point.
Yeah.
Dunked off the rim and you hugged it and pulled up and everything at the same time.
Yeah. But you know what? You know, but see, here's what's crazy. You were never going to hear about this, this disparity really, because a lot of the commentators on the sports, they're tied into the leagues. So the ESPN commentators, the NFL commentators, all the commentators on the big networks, they're not going to say nothing about this, even if the receivers feel a way about it. I guarantee you, Randy Moss, T.O., all them boys probably like, boy, these brothers got some glove. They don't say nothing because if they're on a platform, they're getting paid by these same companies that have partnerships with them. So they got to kind of, you got to kind of say, I can't do that because then that brings that kind of looks bad on the NFL and the college, because it's in college too. It's in high school now. It's everywhere.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's transforming the game. I'm fine with everything that is being created as far as safety. Like, of course, they have the new helmets that is pretty much a helmet within a helmet kind of thing. I'm okay with the new pads they have.
Absolutely.
And the new mouth guards and all of that. But man,
you know it's a shame.
Disappointed to see this. I was.
Let me tell you what's disappointing. See, we can have a conversation. Me and you can have a conversation about football all day. Let me tell you something real quick. This dude sitting right here, eating right here. This motherfucker's brother, whole quarterback, played football. This man does not give a damn about nobody's sport. His whole household, everybody cares about. This man just don't care. He ain't never cared. Never. We try to peer pressure him for years.
And here,
hey man,
Jordan gonna go play for the Braves, man, and you don't care.
He ain't. Now he might get his do it, but outside of that, he ain't never cared. That man sitting there. He gonna get his pen. He gonna get his pad. He gonna draw and talk. He don't give it. He ain't never gave a damn when we try to talk shit.
See, man,
ain't no point.
I was thinking of trying to do a fantasy league with the group.
Nah, he don't care. He don't care. But his brother was a bad dude with that pigskin, man. He don't care. He don't care nothing about it.
I said he could have went pro, and then if his grade was good enough.
Yeah, he was bad. He was bad out there, boy.
Chasing them old fast tail girl.
What you ain't
one of the memories I actually have of your mom, Frank, is at a game when Roe got hit, and she turned up in the stands like, whoa, I'm like, Mama, he playing football, Mama. He gotta take the lick. But mamas don't be caring about none of that. Somebody stick their baby. They want to get they finna go down that field with no pads. They
Man.
finna get down that mamas do not care.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
My
they don't care.
9-year-old, when he was 4, he played soccer. He was a goalie and he missed one of the goals. The coach's little boy walked up to him fussing and did this around my son's neck.
Oh.
I jumped up so fast. I said, who his mama?
You finna go get the mama? You finna go get the mama? Oh, I thought you finna get him. I was like, what? You finna get the mama? You finna since your son on mine.
I was gonna get the mama because I wasn't gonna get the boy. He 4.
So you gotta piece up the mama. So you finna.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
And she come apologizing and crying. I'm so sorry. He knows better. Ma'am, I'm about to.
They're checking.
Your son just put his hands around my son's throat.
So I'm finna put my hands around Joan and show you.
Yep. You heard me?
That little nigga got snatched up too.
Chevy got a little
I don't mind snatching up too. Even with George in daycare, all the other little kids, they like his hair because his hair is big for a baby. And one of the babies like swatted him because he was trying to touch his hair. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute now. His mama snatched him up quick. Oh,
yeah.
You can't do that. You can't do that.
See, mamas know. Responsible moms know they got like babies just be grabbing, reaching, pulling, and doing the most. Responsible moms gonna snatch that baby back like responsible mom. The mom
knew to get him because
the mamas that ain't responsible, they gonna be like, hey, wait, no, don't do that.
I show you just babies, all right, because my child ain't out here hitting yours. So why he got hands on mine? Like, people be killing me. Kids just gonna be kids. If my child ain't wrapped his hands around your child's throat, ain't no kids gonna be kids. He learned it from somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, no, man. And see, and that's gonna segue into another topic, but no, okay, so look, I'm 2 ways on the kids gonna be kids thing. I think there are ways that children just have about them that we can't just totally suppress. Neil deGrasse Tyson always has the point that the first thing parents do when kids start to grow is shut up, be quiet, sit down, when our learning faculties are to explore, figure out, and be inquisitive and everything. So I think there's a way to do that in confines. There was a school that had a curriculum in Seattle, and part of their curriculum was at a certain point every day, I mean, as long as the weather wasn't like too crazy, they always had outdoor classes. And it was like a park that they would go to, and it was a bunch of seats in this park, and it was like they had built like a bunch of wood stumps in nature, and all these stumps were there so the kids could come, sit down, gather around, and they could just be out in public, and they would walk, and they would kind of have like mini hikes from the school. And I'm like, yo, that's dope. Like, quit just putting kids outside to play. Also take kids outside to learn. Kids need to be around and get their hands in or whatever. So I believe there's part of that. But I believe we overdo the kids will be kids thing when we are letting kids do like shit stuff. Like they going, your kids going too far. You also got to teach a kid how to interact with other human beings.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If he want to mash Play-Doh, perfectly fine. When he want to grab somebody by the hair, man, knock his ass out. I'm just saying, like, real talk. Like, you can't. There's a difference.
Shoot, I can tell now, like, no. I need you to learn no. The concept of no.
Yeah.
Stop.
No.
Yes. When Miles was a baby, I remember I was somewhere and he did something and I told him no, and this lady walked by. Oh, you should just let him be a baby. And I said no to her. Like, ma'am, I need children. People need children to get used to the word no, because a lot of times in rearing kids, if they never hear no when they finally do, it's devastating.
It's devastating. Yeah.
And this is why we have school shooters right now. Ain't nobody told these folks no. And then they get a little bit of rejection, and now everybody has to pay because of the insecurity they now feel because they felt entitled when they never should have felt entitled.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna pause you right there. I'm gonna let this segue right into the next subject. What happens when moms coddle their sons? I got a 1 minute little video of a sister. I know. I got a. So I knew this was gonna flow right into it.
Man,
I got
you know
a
how I
sister.
feel
She
about
kind
that.
of. Man, so I'm gonna let her rip, and I'm gonna let then Sheffy, you jump right off, and then Sam, you go out there, and then I'll probably close this one out.
We all know
Listen to
that
this right here.
a lot of times black mothers, mothers period, will baby their sons, coddle their sons, let their sons stay home rent free until they're 35, cook their meals and wipe their butts and fold their laundry. Meanwhile, they are pushing their daughters out the door. Pushing your daughters out the door is not a bad thing, but do the same thing for your son. And that's why I feel like they have this very unhealthy emotional bonding style, because they're just like, my mommy, she's done things for me that, and it's just like, they will never grow up and find a woman that they, first of all, because they're comparing their girlfriend or their wives to what their mom did for them. Your mom gives you unconditional love. No other woman is going to give you that. And let's just call it what it is. So you're looking for somebody to love me like my mommy. No one's going to love you like your mommy. As a mom, when you enable that, you're not doing anything for your son. You're just holding him back. And now we're talking about, well, we're all the good men. They eat Captain Crunch. They're in their footy pajamas still. And it's just like, we have to own up when we talk about black motherhood to making sure that you hold your black sons to the same standard that you hold your black daughters to.
She was saying to the same standards as you do your daughters. I know it kind of chopped up a little bit, at least on my end. But yo, man, Sheffy, lead off real quick. Go ahead and jump us on off, and then Frank, you go after her.
I got 3 brothers.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Let's just say they are not useful to society in a lot of ways. That's just as nicely as I can put it.
Damn.
I've seen that moms that coddle sons are typically feel like they typically feel like they're in competition with their daughters for the attention, affection, respect of men. Like, you're so insecure in yourself, ma'am, that your 12-year-old daughter is a competitor for masculine energy. How sorry do you have to be? A lot of this I've seen come from women who don't have father figures in their lives, or even some type of male role model, mentor, something. It could be pastor at church. It could be your uncle, your mama new husband, whoever. Get you a man who care about you in your circle, because that's the only time I've ever seen this whole competition thing. And and this is when there's a daughter in the house, because she said, you hold your sons to the same standard you hold your daughters. And I remember my sister and I had a conversation with my mom about this, and she was like, well, I was trying to raise strong daughters. How, ma'am? How does you fighting us, like physically, because both me and my sister have both had to knuckle up my mom. How does fighting us make us stronger women? Please tell me, because I'm not seeing it. And it's like, okay, you want to make stronger women, so you want to have sorry boys? I'm confused on what was happening here. What was the thought process? Well, they needed me more than y'all. No, that's not what happened. What happened was you left us to our own devices and we figured it out. It wasn't that we needed you less. It was that we didn't have you, so we had to figure it out. So, I deal with this, of course, as a daughter myself. And then I look at the women out here who are essentially dating their sons. So they are making life as easy as possible for them because they fear, oh, well, my son's going to leave me like all the other men in my life. Ma'am, you got nothing to do with that. You just actually a sorry mate. You're not a good mate. Let's just call it what it is. You're just not a good mate. And you're making your son the de facto stand-in because you feel like, oh, well, it's my son. They're going to love me unconditionally anyway. When you have moms who are on their deathbeds and their sons are the ones who don't show up. So it's tough to see, because in our Black community, where we need our men the most, where even for the women who are raising children by themselves have the most power to effectively lay a great foundation, they're in turn almost castrating these boys. That's the best best word to use. They are castrating the masculine energy that these boys have to accommodate their own insecurities. We got a lot of women out here that need some therapy. They're trying to use their sons as placeholders. And in turn, their sons don't have an opportunity to become the men they should have been. My son is 9. He comes home from school at 2:30. He goes in there and gets that air fryer, cooks his little dino nuggets with his ketchup. He uses microwave. He does his laundry on Tuesdays. He don't eat eggs, so I ain't been able to teach him how to scramble an egg yet. But he knows how to cook his mac and cheese. We gonna learn how to use the rice cooker next, because I don't know how to cook no rice. So it is what it is. We use rice. Asian folks ain't cooking rice manually. I ain't either. I make sure to teach him these things. And even, with his older brother, with Trevor, same thing. I taught him how to cook, how to manage his life. And he's 20 years old, been on his own since he was 17. And that boy rarely ever asked for money, because we made sure he was self-sufficient. We taught him how to manage money. We taught him about girls. Don't let a girl put you in a trick bag. Don't be out here sharing your seed with everybody, because not all soil can bear fruit or bear quality fruit.
Oh, quality fruit. Mm-hmm.
Right. So it's those opportunities you have to, as a parent, and it doesn't even have to be a single parent. As a parent, your children are supposed to do better than you if you have trained them up. But, people like, well, you can't push your kids out the house at 18. I disagree. And it is a caveat to it. Did you prepare them to leave at 18? That's the
right.
thing. No, you shouldn't just push them out. But did you prepare them to leave? I don't know about nobody else's kids, but I prepared mine. My son, Miles, he already has his own debit card. When he turns 10, he gets a wallet. He gets to start managing his own money. When he turns 16, he goes on the credit cards so that he can, once he's 18 years old, he got an 800 credit score. These are all the opportunities, and I do this for my daughter too.
Yeah.
They all got cars that were paid for when they left home. We set everybody on the same path, because at the end of the day, adulthood is simply adulthood. There's no woman adulthood that's vastly different from man adulthood. It's just adulthood. We out here paying bills and working. So I get frustrated when I see men who are expecting women to come in and just be the kind of doormats to pick up their lives. And it's like, sir, go talk to your mammy.
She don't want to set your ass up.
Right. She set you up out here thinking, oh, well, I'm supposed to have a submissive woman. Sir, you aren't even a leader. And that's your mama's fault. So you need to go, since now you're grown, you can't blame her completely, because now that you know there's an issue, go get help and fix it. Go join the Masons or something and get around some older men that can teach you some game, because your mama already messed you up. But for the mothers who have sons where they can still impact, ma'am, that ain't your boyfriend. That's your child. And you have to train them up in the ways to at least be an adult. No, you can't teach him how to be a man.
But at least be an adult.
A functional adult.
Absolutely.
So I'm off my soapbox, because it makes me mad. It made me mad.
I see. Go ahead, Frank. Spin the block on that.
What happened when mothers coddle their sons? They create a generation of hoes.
A generation of who?
Hoes.
Hoes.
Oh, yep. Shit. Here you go.
Simple as that.
Oh.
I mean, there's nothing deep to it. That's just the result. Because if you spend all your time helicopter parenting that little boy, don't get dirty. Come here, let me kiss it. Like, nah, man, let the little nigga walk it off. It go sting a little bit, slap some alcohol or some peroxide on it, and send him back outside. And I say that literally and figuratively. You know what I'm saying? You know what? I really believe that's the reason why we have these unhinged niggas in surplus these days. Cause it was some pretty crazy dudes back in, you know, when we were coming up or whatever, but it wasn't as rampant as it is now. Like, these niggas are unhinged. And I believe that has something to do with well, for one, not being properly fathered at all.
Right.
And then either being neglected by a mother or smothered by a mother. There was no balance between the two. I think a lot of I ain't gonna say a lot of, because I don't know a lot of single mothers, but I think some single mothers do overcompensate for that son not having a father in his life.
Yeah.
They either overcompensate in giving him everything that he wants, or everything that she feel like he wants, or they're overcompensating and trying to make him masculine by being mean to him and cold to him, and physically abusive to him, thinking that's gonna make him a man,
Making him hard.
Yeah. So whether it's the soft coddling or the hard coddling, it still produces the same type of dude. Either he'll soft hoe or he'll hard hoe. On either end, nigga be a hoe.
I gotta say, man, I agree with you, man, because there's a balance to it. You can't coddle them, and then you cannot try to be the strong arm so much to where he feels beat down. You know, because you don't want him to feel beat down by a woman, but you also don't want him to be coddled or what's the word I'm looking for?
Babied.
Baby, you don't want to let him get away with the most. And I think you spoke to it a little bit, and I don't want to throw it all on men. I gotta say, man, that's why dads have to be in the picture. First, you want to be in the household. First line, you want to be in the household. If things don't work out and you cannot be in that household, you need to be in the picture. So much so to where if it comes down to it, that mom can say, I'm sending you to your dad to get you some straightening. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes a woman is doing all she can do. That's not to give excuses, because sometimes she don't know what to do. She don't know when to stop giving them too much stuff, and she don't know when to stop coming down on them. You know what I'm saying? So that balance, they don't necessarily have that within them sometimes. Some do, some don't. And if they don't, like you said, they're gonna create either one. You're gonna create a baby out here that always need a titty in his mouth, or you're gonna create a reckless ass motherfucker out here that's hyper masculine, trying to prove something to everybody. Essentially, he's trying to prove something to mommy on one end, and on the other end, he wishes he got his mommy out here still taken care of. And neither one of them dudes is going to do well by nobody in society. They're going to be a wrecking ball no matter how you look at it. So, got to be careful coddling boys, man, you just got to be very careful of that, because coddling becomes enabling. It just that coddling as a young one becomes you enable an adult. And like Chef, when you said in the conversation right before this, even just telling a motherfucker no, that boy ain't heard no. That boy ain't heard you got to figure this out. That boy ain't heard, research it. That boy ain't heard go do it. And then when you finally tell him that, he feels abandoned. So when he feels abandoned, he's gonna go try to find a chick that's gonna replace mom. Well, my mom used to. So
I do not replace me. Do better than me. That's how I feel.
Real talk, and then the sad part on the extreme end is when those men do find some way to be successful. They've been coddled, but they do find some way to be successful, and they do get a wife, and their mom shows up trying to compete with the wife. I'll be goddamn. At that point, what do? She competing with the wife. She competing with the girlfriend. At that point, what do you do? So this stuff, it can go pretty far into life, and it will not lead to quality results on the back end. And there's a correlation. There's a very serious correlation between moms and the serial killers. Yes. On the coddling side, and on the extreme hard side. Mm-hmm. Go listen to interviews and go look at all this stuff. Because it's not to absolve dads of responsibility. Let's be clear. But mothers have that first line of affection, protection, and everything else. So by default, that's why we always say, hey, you know what I'm saying? When men feel like, hey, we should have just as many rights to reproduction as women. Motherfucker, you ain't got most of the responsibility from day one. Let's be clear.
Man,
you just don't. You don't got to carry. You don't got to push for. You listen. There is not a. Let me tell you, a baby gets born. If the baby can drop out the mom today, and the father can hold him, that's nice. You as a man, if that baby comes out of that woman's womb and you're the first to hold him as a man, it's not the same as when the woman is the first to hold him. Feel how the fuck you want to feel about that. But the one that's been carrying, that's been baking that bread, she gotta hold that bread. Say, you finally here, I'm with you. That's why they give the baby to mom. You can't do that and replace that. So those long-term effects, that's why moms can do a lot of damage by default, because all that affection, all that nurturing, it gotta start with mom. And then dad, we swoop in and we do what we do. It's just as important. It's just that initially, man, the line from, again, extreme sociopaths, psychopaths, and everything else, when they trace them lines all the way back, there was something that happened in utero or when that baby got here. There's always a link somewhere, and they're like, oh, that's where it was right there.
And it's interesting. Like, even when I had Adonis, there's a lot of things about being a mom I was unaware of, because when I had Miles, these just weren't things talked about, or even the science wasn't there. But we know that skin to skin touch with a baby literally corrects their body temperature.
Yeah.
And more so with a mom than dad. And that's because they have
the brain pathways of a baby. A baby comes out, there's anxiety. Their brains are already anxiety. New world. Mama grab them.
Yep, just as calm. And even a step further from that, now I knew the benefits of breastfeeding, because of course breast milk literally has the not DNA, but the composition necessary to correct disease. This is why you have bodybuilders that drink it, because it's high in protein, and it also helps heal. And then you have it's now breast milk is of course being used in cancer patients as well. It has shown to decrease tumor sizes. Here's where it gets real interesting.
Hold on. Whoa. Pause. Time out. Because I thought it was just some freaky shit when I had a homeboy tell me about laying up with a woman and the breast milk got on and he want to drink it up. So you telling me there's healing?
No, it has health benefits. Like
so
literally.
it's healing. It's healing.
Yes.
Hey. Boy, we gotta have a lot of conversations. We gotta have a lot of conversations right here.
Breast milk literally has healing properties, sir. Absolutely.
Oh, shit.
But here, I'll take it a step further. So you know, they would always tell you, they said, well, the breast milk always gives a baby exactly what it needs. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't know, you know, how does
a grown man too. We just said.
But here's where it gets real tricky, real like I was like, oh my God, that's crazy. So when a baby is sick or ill, their bacteria goes into the mom through the breast as they're nursing. The mom's body then makes antibodies and reproduces them back to the child via the breast milk. That's what's happening.
So I gotta go get on the titty to heal myself. I just can't get her to just give me some. Okay, real talk.
You can never just.
I'm learning.
I mean, but you're not a baby, so it's different. But because
listen, that's debatable depending on the circumstances. Okay.
I do not want to know what goes on in your bedroom with regard to that.
I'm not. No, we don't listen. There is a fetish called adult babying.
I know.
I ain't about that life. I'm just trying to live forever. I
mean,
you telling me I can go get some titty milk to.
There could be properties in there for that, but I mean, you got to look at why they tell parents now to breastfeed. And I know in our community, for a lot of our younger moms, they're going straight to formula. Ain't nobody, and maybe my breast. And it's like, ma'am, you're setting this child's immune system up to be amazing for the rest of their lives. And all you got to do is breastfeed like 3-4 months. You got to do it forever.
Yeah.
The longer you do it, the more likely they are to have the health benefits of it.
Man, I saw on Game of Thrones that boy was on titty milk. That boy was like 10 years old, and he was still getting the hit, still getting a shot.
Hey, I bet his immune system is superb.
Look at him raising his hand over there. What you want, man? Come on, man.
For our resident nurse for the night. So does a woman have to be pregnant?
No.
To produce?
No.
So how do you
the hormone that produces milk.
So how do we get it to where she can produce the milk?
You pretty much just have to trick her body into believing there's a need for it. Our bodies are naturally built to make milk. If you look at Mad Max Fury Road, and you see the women who were just hooked up to pumps all day, a lot of those women probably never had kids. But if you start pumping, the milk will come. It just takes time.
Oh shit.
Okay.
And if they've ever breastfed before, it's even faster.
That's how my wife did. She didn't do formula. Now look.
And this one over here that this Titan that live over here, he was right on the titty meat. So I need to go. So I just buy her a pump.
Yeah.
If I just buy her a pump.
And she pumps 20 minutes every 2 hours. If they've breastfed before, it may take about a week for it to come back in. Sometimes less.
So my question is, if you don't want to spend the money on the pump, how hard do you have to work to assimilate a pump?
You have to work pretty hard. If there's no baby in tow.
I don't got a problem with
it. But you have to be consistent because you have to trick the body into thinking there's a baby.
Oh, that's no problem.
Hey, you got to knock the beard off because ain't nobody with that on the goddamn titty thinking that that's no lumberjack. Nobody's thinking that's real.
But look, I do even better. So there's a company out there called Leche, Leche. You can send them like a minimum of 75 milligrams, or is it milligrams? I think it is. Oh my God, ounces.
Look that shit up. Google that and send me that shit, man. Send me the link, man.
You can send them 75 ounces of your milk, and they will turn your milk into a freeze-dried powder, so that you can essentially add it to like protein shakes.
Your workout. What?
Mm-hmm.
The hell is going on? Oh, we
You
in
and it stores for like a year. So say you're at a woman's at the tail end of her breastfeeding, but she still wants to continue. She can pump and have it put into a powder, and now she can, do what she need to do.
You know what, Chef? I don't know how we got down this path. Somewhere from coddling niggas to getting titty milk for grown men so we can live forever. But I'm telling you now, Bree gonna be mad. She gonna be trying to figure out where I got this information from, and I'm just gonna blame Chef.
What's that?
Is it?
Yeah, leche.
Oh man, shoot me.
Yeah,
that
they turn it into powder for you. They'll do containers, or they'll do like little pouches that you can just drop in a bottle of water.
I'm sending to you right now.
Appreciate you, boy. Lead the way, King. Lead the way, Queen led the way, and you follow. And I'm just come right.
But yeah, breast milk is a very powerful tool. That of course there's taboo around it because it is a human, and people are like, oh, that's a bodily fluid. Yeah, it is. Just like cow milk is a bodily freaking fluid.
And the way, and listen, and I'm dropping my bodily fluid in her all the time. You hear what I'm saying? You owe me a few exchanges. You owe me. You in debt. I put into you. Now you put into me.
I mean, that's fair because semen is a natural antidepressant.
Damn it, I'm record this and get.
This is why raw is law. Literally.
That's what I'm saying. That's
if your woman's sad, drop off in her.
Drop this. Boop, 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 boop. All in her. All in her. Anyway, so look, I'm telling you, these segues is good. So, since we talking about kids and reproduction, I don't know if y'all saw that video of the 33-year-old woman that wants to know if she has a chance at finding a man. She's 33-year-old with 7 kids. I'm gonna play the video. It's only a minute and a half, and I'm gonna get y'all thoughts on it. I have my thoughts on it too. But sister asked the question, so we're gonna get some answers around here.
I'm a mom of 7 and I'm 33.
Okay.
With being a mom of 7, do you think that a woman of multiple children is still capable of finding someone?
First, let me ask you before I make the statement. Do the kids have the same father?
Yes, they do.
Okay, well, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Okay, so this is hold on. We're talking about 7 children, okay? This is no offense to you because it's absolutely possible for you to find a quality man. What makes it a tad bit difficult is that you have to find a man who has the financial footing to take care of you and 7 children. And then you also have to be able to find a man who is going to be willing to come in and create structure in that household. 7 children on 1 person is a lot to create structure in. So there's a lot that this man is going to have to come in and do. On top of that, creating a secure space for you when you have to be a mother and you have to take care of the majority of the things that happen in a house. Are you going to have the ability to be able to love this man in a way that he needs to be loved, in a way that registers as love to him when you have to love 7 other individuals? You're going to need a man who can love those children as his own. Yep. That is a huge responsibility to put on a person who does not have those children. Those are not his kids. Right. But if I were you, no disrespect, I'll try to work it out with the father.
No, hear me out. Hold on.
So let me jump this one off just a little bit. I'm gonna hand it right off to y'all. First of all, the advice that woman gave was solid. I don't know what the hell else happened on that panel, who else said what, but the advice she gave was solid. And I want to go toward the part of the man loving all those kids that's like they're his own. Men are not maternal. We don't see random babies that we don't know, most of us, and just gush. We don't run around like Michael Scott on The Office, and we need to hold a baby every day to feel life. That's not normal for us. If y'all didn't get that Office reference, that sucks because y'all didn't see The Office. I got it. You know what I'm saying?
I got it.
But men just don't have that versus a woman just seeing a man with his children. That maternal thing it's like y'all remember seeing the Terminator when he looked through his goggles and he just starts seeing everything. a woman's maternal nature, she can see that little girl ponytail ain't tight the way it's supposed to be, and that man by himself doing the best he can do. She can see that little boy, he's like, she can just see the maternal, she can just see and insert herself. And it's a natural thing. I've seen it at a distance. That's why mothers of churches and aunties and them step in when that man is kind of by himself, because all that maternal stuff, they just jump in like them babies is theirs. Frank can speak to this because, his mom passed and his dad had some things going on, and the women of that family just jumped in. And I can tell you as a friend, you could not get into the circle of them and not get vetted. And I'm just a friend, boy. I'm telling you, to this day, I might have. I think me and one of his aunts is cool because I got my life together. I grew up a little bit, but at first, boy. So for a man to be on that side of just being paternal and those kids, that's the main thing. The finances, y'all can figure that out. It's two people. We all, dual incomes. That can work. But that man loving 7 kids as if they're his own, I think at least, she said she's 33. I know a lot of men at least want you to give them one of their own.
Ooh,
at least. I'm telling you, because the one thing that I've had this conversation with men for years. And one of the things that men feel, if they have their own kids, maybe they're not so, because that's how I was. And then even if they have their own, but they still want more, they still want, all right, you got kids and okay, I'm willing to step in and do this. But what you think about giving me one of my own? So for her, she's 33. If she can give that man one, if he wants one, if he don't got none of his own, or if he has some of his own, but she can at least give him one of his own, and he can actually love those kids, man. I don't know how rare that man is or how rare that situation is. It's possible, but man, she's going to have to do a lot of vetting. I would just say that she cannot date frivolously and lazily. Yeah. So I just use that piece. Whichever one of y'all want to go next, go ahead.
So I'm with her when she said she tried to work it out with the dad. The notion of, oh, well, they're all by the same dad, that's a good thing. It's a good thing and also a bad thing. It's a good thing from the standpoint of, if a new man does come in, he doesn't have to deal with multiple men. That's great. However, you put your life on the line to bake his DNA 7 times. I don't know too many men that can come in and compete with that. Because for you to almost die 7 times for a man, you love that man. You may not like him, but you love him. Because pregnancy is terrible. Everything about it, terrible. The few women out there who have good pregnancies, I hope y'all hair fall out. I don't know. I'm mad because I didn't. But pregnancy is just terrible, and it's life-threatening. But you did it 7 times for one man. No other man can compete with that. It's different if you only did it once. Another guy come in, okay, well, I'm going to give you 2. I'm 1 up. Who else? You about to have 7 more with a dude? So for a dude to be 1 up, he got to have 8 kids with you. You about to do that 8 more times? I don't see it. Not it. And then at 33, that's still kind of young to have that many children.
And quick pause. I had a woman actually, because me and my ex had 2, and I had 1 out of high school. I had a woman actually when I was dating. She wanted to at least give me 1 because she felt that because I had already she had to match somebody along the way. Like, so there is something to what you're saying. Like, God, that's
baby, I don't see. And then
that's a lot to consider.
It is. She was adamant, about not working with the dad. So I'm assuming, it's probably
there was something there. Yeah, some or
Right.
some
He
abuse
done
or some
probably
abuse.
messed up.
Yeah. If there's some abuse there, man. Yeah.
If there's abuse there, that's very, very unfortunate.
Yeah.
If not, if you just mad at him, sis, go get that man back, because there were a lot of kids. And then even past just that, you have to look at the structure for the kids. It's 7 of them against that one man. You ain't my daddy.
Shit, me, hey, bro, I'm coming in like Ip Man. You seen that scene from Ip when he was fighting the Japanese in that bitch? Boy, I'm coming. Hey, bro, hey, you just gotta come in there prepared.
IP man. I'm about to say Ip. What is Ip? It's IP man. But it's boy, 7 of them. Them church man, them church gonna have you tied up on the sofa somewhere.
Shit, me, boy, man. Listen, man. I'm coming there with
It's
numchucks
7
and
of
swords.
Them's like gremlins, bruh. No,
it is like
man.
gremlins. You put some water on them after 12. They finna get your damn man. I forgot about them gremlins.
Yes.
Boy. Yeah,
don't
boy.
do it, man. So you trying to create structure against a man who has been there for 7 of them.
7 of them, yeah.
That's a tall order, man. It's not impossible, but that's a tall
It's just
order.
improbable. It's highly improbable though. That's usually my thing. I like to say, man, I don't like to talk about possibility. I like to talk about probability in situations, and that's one of those ones that's like, woo, you asking for a lot, ma'am.
A whole
lot. Frank, what you think? Could you do it?
Can I do it?
Could you do it?
Hell no.
Do you think any man could?
Nope, man. He would have to come down from good law himself. He would have to be sent.
Jesus gonna have to come see you.
He would have to be sent. She can't find him. That nigga would have to be sent. That is an assignment. That's an assignment that I would have to decline.
You fight the Lord, so you gonna argue with the Lord over that?
Man,
you gonna have to have you gonna have to be dragged. You the Lord gonna have to drag you.
That's a lot, man. I mean, shoot, even on the woman's side, man, I ain't just trying to get with no man who got more than
So we gonna weigh the options. Start a church with me, or go be the father to them 7 kids. Which one?
What time you want service to start?
Oh, I got one better. Go to all the home games for the Falcons.
Oh,
or raise them 7 kids.
We getting season tickets.
So explain because he got the best perspective right now. I know he's finna come with it. Go ahead.
So I was introduced to fatherhood by my late wife. She had a son. When we started dating, he was 3 going on 4. And then we had my daughter, my oldest daughter, biological, my last baby, biological. She passed. My son was 13, but he had gone to live with his biological dad. So it was just me and my 2 daughters. They were 4 and 5 years old when she passed. I met my wife a couple of months later, and a couple of months after we met, we started dating. She had 3 daughters. Well, she has 3 daughters. She has a daughter that's the same age as my son, a daughter that's a year older than my oldest daughter, and a daughter that is a couple of months younger than my baby girl. So, and me and my will discussed this before. Back then, I just look at everything through rose-colored glasses, and I hyper spiritualized everything, and I was of the mindset of gotta take care of it. So I wasn't looking at it like Those
you didn't assess no situation. You go in there, boy. You just go in there, boy.
It was just
Bible under your arm, and you were just in there.
That's it, man. Like I walked up on like Bernie Mac did Miss Parker on swinging, boy. There's a lot of things that I didn't consider, and once I start to kind of transition to a new mindset, to a more practical mindset, I started to see things that I didn't consider before, and it's a lot. It's a lot, and my wife didn't dump everything on me. She carries a lot herself. You know, a lot of times, like I tell her, look, you ain't here by yourself. I'm here too. When we was dating, I formed a bond with her kids, which made it easier to decide this is where I want to be. And I love where I'm at, but it is work. It is work. I put a lot of work into developing a relationship with the oldest daughter because she was 13. She was a teenager, so she wasn't as young as her other two. The other two, they were just like, we got somebody fun to play with. So we developed a relationship faster. But I had to chip away and knock down walls with her oldest daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, she was 13 when I came to the picture. She was 20 years old the first time we went and had lunch together, just the two of us.
Whew.
And that's just with 3 kids.
One. Yeah. Different 3. I mean, 3 kids. Yeah.
Developing a relationship with just 3 kids, and blending the families, which was a little easier because they were darn near the same. They are darn near the same ages. And they were younger enough at the time to where we can start molding them so they started to mesh quicker, because they started off as friends, play buddies, and then they started to develop over time the mindset of we're sisters. But I said all that as a preface to what I'm about to say now. With seven different personalities, 7 different small strangers, depending on how old they are. I'm imagining they're kind of young for it to be 7 and she's 33. 7, it got to be a teenager or 2 or 3 in there somewhere. So you're dealing with that element. You're dealing with younger kids. You're dealing with her style of parenting that you may not agree with.
You're gonna compete with the dad because you gonna compete with the dad because dad hung the moon. Birth daddy hung the moon.
Yeah, definitely.
It's just a default position. No matter, he could be the best or the worst person in the world, but daddy hung the moon. And
Just
stars, it takes years for kids to get out of the thing that they parent. My parents are just the best at my daddy could beat him. You could be 600 pounds, pure muscle, 7'8", and everything else, and their daddy can be 5'2" and 20 pounds. My daddy, I bet your daddy can whoop my daddy. They think their daddy can whoop that man.
Man, no matter how bad he sucked, no matter how absent he may be, he may just pop in every now and then. But when he shows up, his absence is forgotten. He's just there. So that's the element also that you would have to contend with. Now, fortunately, in my situation, I didn't have to deal with that because, again, I came along at an early stage in their development. And I was always there. I was there every day. For 10 years, 11 years, I've been laying the groundwork and building, clearing the ground, establishing the foundation, and building on top of that, and still building consistently, no days off, no vacation taken. So it was. I didn't have to really deal with, you know, my daddy better than you and all that other stuff, whatever. But with 7 kids, man, that is some work that a lot of men are not willing to put in.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't have to.
And they don't have to.
They have a choice to be like, yeah, I don't see that working for me.
Because there's more options out there that ain't got that.
Yes, that's not a favorable situation. So it's like, what are you like? All right, so just to be practical, what are the benefits of that man taking on all that?
None.
Let's be clear. Wait, whoa. Let's be clear. There's never been a situation where it was beneficial for a man to take on anybody that wasn't his own. It's not. That's not your bloodline. That's not your legacy. So it's not an automatic walk-in benefit. There's no tangible benefit. The only benefit is connection, maybe purpose, all the feel goods. But if we being practical, there's no practical benefit to it.
I was asking in terms of the woman.
Yeah. No, I know what you're saying. Yeah, like so even just one, more or less 7? Shit. Unless, listen, now, let's just say she get one that knows something about something, some basketball skills, some sort of something, and he can get in there and start showing them little motherfuckers how to or
and daddy's still gonna be right next to him on
hold on, wait. There's one winning scenario. She meet a man, he good with cameras, he's good with editing footage, and they finna make their goddamn story a social media extravaganza for everybody to watch. Listen, because at least he can play, like, because I can't, I'm trying to find the angle other than maybe this feel good, maybe this works, see what happens.
You got to become an international simp.
Yeah. Like, okay, how would I pitch this to a man? If I'm a man, I'm thinking of how would I pitch this to another man? So I'm gonna come to this man and be like, hey, bro, what's good? Nothing much. You single? Yeah, man. You single? Got kids? Yeah, I got 2. How old are they? Oh man, they 14 and one 14, one 18. So you got one that's gonna graduate high school, and you got one that just went in. Yeah, man, looking good, man. Man, getting older, getting greater. Man, all good, man. You feeling good about life, man? Yeah, man. How many years you got before? What's work looking like? Oh, I'm about to retire from such and such in 7 years. Oh man, boy, you good, yeah. But check this out, man. I got this sister right here showing a picture of the sister. Yeah, man, she look good. She just my type. What's up with her? She got kids? Yeah, she got kids. How many she got? Shit.
She got a few.
So check this out, bro. That's the part I want to talk to you about. Man, how many she got?
He got to set it up.
let me pitch this to you. So she got 7. Nigga, like, whoa. Like, no, nigga, hold on, nigga. But I know you good with cameras. You got this social media following. You can do. How about you run a series with a man that meets a woman with 7 kids, and y'all just document the whole thing? What you thinking?
No.
Now, if he don't slug the shit out of me, no. if he don't instantly just slug the shit out of me for trying him like that, then I got a chance. Because me, I'm probably gonna swing off on the dude. Like, come on, bro, are you playing with me? It's a hard sell. No matter how
even as a woman, ain't no way I'm dating no man with no 7 kids. No way. And they could all be his ex-wife, like the old boy we talked about the other week, where she had 6 kids back to back. I could never date him. You got 6 kids by one woman, sir. I'm not finna be girlfriend-in-laws with her.
Work that on out. Real talk.
Yeah.
Whatever y'all got going on, if it's not an extreme situation, go to therapy, try to work that on out. Because
Man, look, ain't no way I'm about to leave no man that I done let you.
If she's
almost
30,
me 7 times, baby, you gonna stay on your
if
end.
she's
I
33,
stay on mine.
Let me
That
see
means
something
you
real quick.
literally spent your whole 20s pregnant.
You gotta be some
let me
twins.
see
in there
something.
somewhere.
If she so
I hope.
if she let me do this, man. Let me just do the math on this. Let me do the math on this. If the youngest kid is 1, she'll be close to 50 by the time that book gone. Ma'am, I'm just gonna be straight up. Stay fine. Stay fine. Stack your bread. When you get to them last 3 that's in the house, that'll be your window.
Mhm.
The last 3 that's in the house that are on their way out. So when that youngest one is a freshman, sophomore,
14, 15.
in high school, yeah, that youngest
They can
one is
watch
15.
themselves. They can cook their own dinner a little bit.
You gotta
they can
and not
stay in
only
the house
that,
overnight.
and not only that, the other ones is grown. You can say, hey, y'all can go stay. We finna go out of town. We finna go on a vacation. And hopefully you've done the work to really get all those kids in line, trained, they respectful, they functional. So when they look back at mom, say, mom held it down, mom did X, Y, Z. I'm gonna help with my brothers and sisters. Mom, go on a vacation. Oh, you got a boyfriend now? You want to go down to the islands for a week? You want to go wherever you want? Man, 4-day weekend, 5-day weekend, them because children do circle the block back when mom then held it down and say, let's help out a little bit. So I'm gonna help out my older brother, my youngest, you know what I'm saying? They gonna be, mom, you concentrate on getting them right, keep it tight. Come like 40, 44, 45, you can start, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, let me see what's out. Chill. You might get a young buck, you know what I'm saying? That he already got a few. He got a little bit of change. He might be like 38. You 44. You might be able to, but bro, like right now,
No,
throw in
right
the
now.
towel.
Even something
Yeah,
that's
3 to 7.
even
Yeah.
something
I
that's
want to know
simple
what
as
she do for a
availability.
living. Like, how you even feeding all them kids?
Cause it's a lot of dude. Let me tell you, it's a lot of dude that's gonna pump and dump. It's a lot of dudes that's gonna pump and dump you. Like don't even get in these streets. It's a lot of dudes that's gonna come around. You know, be willing to, if she looked good. I think she was a good looking woman from the video. There's a lot of dudes that's gonna play games. They gonna come over there late night, eat up all them kids' snacks. Cause you got all the snacks right now. You got everything from baby snacks to grown snacks.
She done burn up that doggone Sam's Club card.
Ooh, that Sam Club EBT card. She got everything.
I'm
alone.
really curious to like how she's funding.
Let's find.
all
We're
them
gonna find her.
kids.
We're gonna find her and get her on the best conversation. We need to find her and just say, "Hey, come
Because,
holler at us."
baby,
Got
like,
questions.
Yeah,
Man,
Ooh.
something as simple as availability is
something as simple as availability.
Slim to none. So
man, if I were her, ain't no way I'm letting the daddy get away with letting me raise 7 kids by myself. Ain't no way, sir. We did this. We ain't got to stay in the same room. You can be in the guest room. That's your room now. You gonna be in the house with me raising all these children. 7.
or at least split them in half and send some over to him.
No, ain't no. We ain't even doing that. We a family. We a whole baseball team in this piece at this point. You better go on your side of the house and make sure them kids get up in the morning.
And meet me back over here. Meet me back over here when we convene family meetings. Yeah. I mean, so
we
I'm with
co-parenting
you.
in the same house. If you don't put that many kids in me, sir, I don't care if we married, not together. What you can have your little girlfriend. I don't even care. But you're gonna be here raising these children. That's a lot of kids, man.
7. You got 5 on the court, and you got 2 swinging in for backup.
And don't let any of them be under age 5. If they under age 5, you think you about to leave me? No, you ain't about to leave me raise them, sure. I drop them off at your house, all 7 of them. I pay you child support. Ain't no. Ain't no way I'm letting no man get away with that.
Yeah, it almost sounds like a scam, which leads me into the next subject matter we got. We've talked about scamming before. Now, I want to be fair, man, and I gotta admit to something. There was y'all heard of the Wall Street Trapper. Now, this guy is kind of going at the Wall Street Trapper, not for being a total scammer, but for selling courses that this guy is saying that this stuff you can learn on your own. Now, I'm gonna play a little bit of the video, and y'all stop me when y'all ready. It's like 5 minutes, but y'all can tell me when to cut it off when y'all have heard enough. But essentially, we need to really get to the root of why in our group we have this thing about trying to get rich quick, trying to pay for a quick course or a cheap course and do the least amount of work to get the most amount of return on our investment. But the point that this guy in this video is making is that these guys don't make their money doing what they sell you. They make the money off of selling you the course. That's how that's how they're millionaires. That's how they're rich. They ain't done this work. They're proof of concept. They're just selling you this idea, and that's their money. That's why they bank account look the way it look. But I'm gonna play a little bit of this video. Like I said, y'all tell me when to stop on it. I haven't seen this much from this dude's platform, but I'm gonna check it out a little bit more going forward.
What? I want you all to pay very close attention. In today's age of scammer Olympics, if you want to become rich or wealthy, all you need to do is build out a formula that sounds good to a mass of people and then sell it to them. Sell it to them on the back of the dream of financial freedom and wealth if they simply buy a course. The course doesn't even have to work. The instructions and formula that they give don't even have to have proof of concept. I promise you, if you want to sell a course telling people how to get rich, you don't even have to be rich first in order for people to believe you know how to make them rich, because they're that dumb. Many of them will just automatically assume so-and-so's got a course, so they must be wealthy. They must know what they're talking about, right? They must have figured it all out. Because no one will sell a course with information that hasn't been tested or deemed legitimate, right? You know why the black community gets taken as a joke? Because you Negroes always looking for a messiah, somebody to save y'all's asses, whether it be the black church, or your favorite rapper turned businessman, or some goof somewhere on the internet selling you a get-rich-quick scheme and fake entrepreneurship through Forex groups. Y'all love the idea of a black messiah come to save us all from our ignorance and poverty. Right? And it's why y'all so easily intrigued and beguiled by brands like Earn Your Leisure and Wall Street Trapper. Somebody who named himself after an illegal practice. It's literally fraud in his name. You can't make this shit up. Y'all will scoff at a financial advisor, right? Somebody who is actually licensed and certified to deal with your money. Someone who is certified credentials as well as the ability to be held accountable if they give out bad financial advice. Y'all will scoff at that person. But people like Ian Dunlap, Wall Street Trapper, Chris Sane, Paul Gabriel from Everything Money, these guys can literally advise you to buy a stock 1 week and then have it go to zero the next week and act like it never happened. They can literally parade people around in front of you and advise you to sign up to other courses and buy whatever it is that they're selling you and not have to worry about if you actually get scammed or not, because who's going to hold them financially liable? Nobody. Especially.
I want to pause it right there real quick, man, because so one thing, and Frank knows this. I've looked and dabbled in trading, swing trading, never day trading, because let me tell you, man, when you do your due diligence with what it requires to day trade, whether it's options, stocks, or whatever, you will find that you might as well take your ass to work. Because what it takes, the amount, so you need an amount of money to even get a brokerage account that's going to allow you to trade on as much as you need to. I forget what the threshold is. I used to know. I think it's 25,000. Some are like 15 with certain restrictions, but like 30,000 cash into any of these brokerage accounts will let you trade as frequently, and it'll let you do your thing. But what you find, if you follow some people that do this honestly, that day trade, they don't sell you no bullshit, what you find out is that they are doing 12 hours of work a day, some between 8 and 12, 5 days a week minimum. But if they swing trade along with day trading, I mean, they doing 6 days of work. And to get to a point where they're making more than they're spending on a regular basis, all the ones that I followed that are honest, they show their work. It took years before they got to the point where they figured out something that worked for them, to where they're making so much of a profit to where that's their job. Day trading and swing trading, or just day trading, right? And so one of the things this dude is speaking to is like, man, it doesn't really work. Like you can, like he said, you can show up and tell these people to buy a stock and that stock can tank. Buying individual stocks one by one, oh God, man, I don't know how to. You're better going to buy into an index fund. You're better going to buy into something that's multiply, that's playing in the market, that has a proven track record of its 4 and 5%, 3.5 to 5%. But thinking it like so it's unfortunate that somebody can tell you to jump into a stock, it can tank the next week, the next day, and then they can just keep moving like nothing happened. But because I know people are probably thinking like, oh, I thought you knew. But again, like dude's saying, they can always use that terminology. Well, I'm not giving financial advice. This is just my, you know what I'm saying? They give you that little blurb. They throw that in there so that I held liable. It's unfortunate because people take these people at face value because they speak the vernacular. They talk in terms that make it instantly receivable. And with Wall Street Trapper, when I first heard him, I remember I listened to him and I'm like, because I know a little bit, I knew that what he was saying made sense on a micro level. On a macro level, I'm like, you got to do so much of your own due diligence. And so I was thinking that maybe, because when I first heard of him, he wasn't selling courses. He was only talking about the market as a whole. Fast forward to now, dude is selling courses. He's been on Earn Your Leisure. You know what I'm saying? He's making the rounds. And so that kind of makes me feel bad because, man, I know that dude, if you go listen to everything he says, he throws enough stuff out there that is right. It's on point, but you got due diligence. But then when you're selling a course, I think it gives people the idea that they now have the tools to go out there and do what you're doing, not realizing that all this money that you got, it's coming from them, the people that bought the course. Yeah. That's who it's coming from. So, man, it's one of those things, man. we gotta get away from that. We do. Y'all thoughts on the first part of? Go ahead, Chef.
The biggest issue with this is that people think that the way to get rich, the way to start a business, the way to do many things is this hard thing you need information to do. Like, this is how LegalZoom and Rocket Lawyer and all these companies exist, because they make people think that these processes are hard. So somebody has to give you the blueprint in order for you to do it. Like in business, people will come to you all the time. Well, how'd you get your business started? I just started. Well, see, you ain't out here actually trying to help nobody like do what they need to do. And it's like, I literally just did that. I just started selling my knowledge. That's it. I didn't do anything special. I didn't build out some sales funnel and do any clever marketing or anything like that. I just decided I wanted to sell, my ability to build a website, and went to a freelance platform and say, hey, I can do it.
Hold on, pause. So you went to a freelance platform and then told people, this is where I'm at. If you need me, I'm going. You see what you did though? Like you knew something, and you was able to sell what you knew. It's like, Frank, I don't know if y'all peeped my boy yet, but boy, that boy's selling some illustration opportunities for everybody to get in on the boy. And we've been arguing with this man for years, telling this man to get on it. But he's selling a service. You're selling a service. You know what I'm saying? What do you think about selling the knowledge? So if
That's
somebody wanted to do what you, but hold on, no. If somebody wanted to wait, hold on, no. If somebody wanted to do what you do from the ground up, what would they have to like? They would have to come under tutelage, like a mentor. I'm thinking they would need to be mentored. Like for me, I don't know nothing about what you do. I'm like, Chef, man, I hear you. You got 2 Teslas over there. And you able to cash them all out on the divorce? Girl, put me on.
Wow.
What? Yeah. What? Yeah. Look. What? So what would you tell me I had to do first?
I do a lot. I'm gonna
have to pull up a chair. I'm gonna have to pull up a chair. I'm gonna have to pull up a chair and be like, all right, bro.
but even then, that's nothing that can be put into a course, because my trajectory is based on my decisions as well as my interests. So I can't put that into a course and say, here's how you become a successful woman in a Black woman in tech. That's just not the way to go. Now, on the other hand, if I say I'm a cloud engineer and I'm trying to instruct other people to be cloud engineers to get to that next level, that's something that's compellable and sellable. But that's not a get rich quick so much as it's instructions. This is how you do this job versus this is how you make a lot of money. See, you look at Udemy, Coursera, all those places, they have courses to show you how to do tasks. These courses, quote unquote, show you how to get rich. And that alone should tell you it's some bullshit. Because if it's different if it's like, well, let me instruct you to the parameters you need to do to get a Series 7 and a Series
or if they had a course that said you just bought this you have this platform. What's the trading platform I have? Weevil. Let me walk through. I have Weevil. Like I got to be. So they said, all right, let me walk you step through step using candlesticks, graphs. That is something you pay for,
right?
That, like you said, you're paying for instruction. Okay, okay. That's
because if you just paying to get rich quick, well, let me show you how you use a secondary social security number to build a new credit profile. Man, that's illegal. That's illegal. Y'all literally out here reselling
and teaching people that
the old people's and dead people's social security numbers. Y'all trying to go to jail.
Yeah.
Or like the whole fix your credit thing. You can do that yourself. It's not hard. You just have a letter and you can send it to people. But people
you send all them letters yourself.
I'm gonna pay $500 for this course. You could have put that $500 on that debt you owe.
Yep.
But people always looking for a way out versus Google the work. I had people ask me, well, how do I get an LLC? You go to the IRS website, you fill out the paperwork for an EIN, it's free. You go to your state, fill out the application online because everybody's online for the LLC. It's about $100. Do you get it in about a week? Done and done.
Go get your PO box and whatever that costs
you
a month.
Box, go to Rocket Lawyer, get you a simple operating agreement. Done and done.
And you're done, yeah.
Because it's not like the legalities of these things are held to so strict that you need a whole course on it. Here's four steps you need to do. Here's the 4 websites you need to go to, and you're done. So people are looking for things to be so complex, and they're not. So these people can do this by making things seem really complex. I gotta put y'all up on game because this they don't want you to know.
Because I gotta show you how to circumvent and navigate because they don't want to put It's always to put you up on game. It's always they trying to keep this from y'all right here. They don't want y'all to know. No, they know that you're not willing to do the due diligence man. Let me tell you, anybody who's taking real. I use real estate for example because me and my wife did one. We took a real course, like we talking about real guidance, mentorship. Man, let me tell you, it's either going to discourage you or encourage you because the work that you still got, like if you want to spend the money and you're going to spend the money on instruction, when you get the instruction, you be like, well, damn, we still got to build this thing from the ground up. No, you cannot just go hand a stranger money and get a turnkey property. That is not the way it works. I don't care what nobody says. Man, we went through it. There's lawyers and lawyers. There's lawyers in real estate and real estate. There's off market, on market. There's lenders. There's every kind of lender. There's all these different doors and all these different resources. And you can't even use all of them from day one. You got to find your niche. And then after you find your niche, you got to still go do the work. You still it's so much more to it. So at the end of the day, if you're not willing to take instruction and do the work, there's no loop. There's nothing around that. The only thing I would say is if you get lucky, and this is why I say luck, you got lucky as an individual. I'm just use, for example, crypto, Dogecoin. You got lucky as an individual if you put some money on Doge a couple of years ago and it came up. You wasn't smart. You didn't know shit. It was pumped. It inflated. It got a little bit something to it, and then it bottomed and it did what it did. You got lucky. I was one of them. I got lucky. When people asked me, I said I didn't know what I was doing. I said I saw something that was cheap. I just dumped a bunch of money in it. Looked up one day and boom. I said, but all crypto shot up during that time. So it's not like I was brilliant. I just found a cheap one, threw some money into it that I didn't need. Looked up one day and it's like, oh wow, there's some money there. Let me get that back real quick. So those people aren't brilliant. That's not brilliance. Right now, people are doing the same thing because everything's down. It's a bear market. There's a little trickle. There's so many people I know right now dumping money into cryptos and into funds right now that are real low. What's going to happen is they got money to play with. They're not playing with a lot. When it shoots up, whether it's in the next year, 2 years, 3 years, 4, those people that come and tell y'all they are geniuses, they are lying to your ass. They are lying. They ain't doing no math. They not following nothing. They got lucky because at a time when it was nothing, they put something that they could miss into it and it just shot up. They don't do that on a daily basis. They're not doing market research. Right. They're not researching businesses. They don't know nothing about what crypto, how to mine crypto. They don't know nothing about the burn rate. They don't know none of that. None. I promise you they don't. The average individual does not. And that's okay. But don't let them make a little bit of money and then try to sell you on something, which they will. And if they do, and you are a fool and they make some money, hats off to them. Because we be suckers out here for this kind of shit.
You're right.
We be suckers, man. We really got to do better because I wholeheartedly believe that there are a lot of us out here that are we have instruction, we have guidance, that if more people listen to it, you'd be better off for it. And honestly, a lot of people that are trying to tell y'all stuff and put y'all on the stuff, they're not asking for a course. You know how many YouTube channels just want a subscription and they're going to give you all the information? It just ain't sexy. It's slow. You're going to have to listen to and watch a lot. Like for real, like if you started a YouTube channel tomorrow, Chef, he giving these people the breakdown, that's not going to be sexy. It's going to be long. They're going to have to figure that shit out. Now, of course, you say, I'm going to charge it here for $27. I'm going to teach you blah, 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 blah. And you're going to be just like me in a couple of months.
They'll pay $2,000 for that.
Easily.
It's laziness.
So I think that there you go. Tap in. Go ahead and tap in, Frank. Tap in real quick.
It's just simple laziness, man. They feel like this person that they're paying has already done the work for them, and all they have to do is come in and put a little money towards the work that they've already done and recoup the full harvest from their work. And that's how they market it. They're not going to tell people this is just the basis to get you started. Beyond this is on you. That's not going to sell. I mean, just us as Black people, we've been at a financial disadvantage since 1619. Mm-hmm. So we think when we hear when a lot of us hear someone that looks like us use these words that we would usually hear successful white people say, but for one, we're paying attention to them because they look like us. If he can make it, then if he can make it doing this, then I can make it doing this. Mm-hmm. It sounds good because we're programmed to believe in the superiority of whiteness. We even tell Black kids that talk that they use this correct English. You sound white, so you must be. Why you trying? You know what I'm saying? Why you trying to sound? Why you think you smart?
Trying to sound smart.
Yeah, you think you're smart. So we're already programmed to believe that just because they're white, they're brilliant. So when we hear someone Black talking white and they're giving information that we haven't heard before, even if it's just a tidbit true, then they're gonna latch on to it because they're looking at what they are projecting. What they're projecting is an image of success. So you look,
but in this case, in this case, it's slightly different because I think they're using the reverse trend of that. What Wall Street Trapper and others are doing, they're using our vernacular and our subculture within what we have to say, oh, you ain't got to talk like them. You ain't got to be like them. You ain't got to learn like that. I'm going to show you the way this way. Wall Street Trapper. You know what I'm saying? That's what he was saying. Like
that's for us to relate to them. That's using the Black
right
for us to as Black people to relate to them. But they're still using those same words.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? That professional, those technical terms in that English.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's what I meant by it. They're just kind of like they're painted in, using the vernacular that we use. So now it's like, well, that nigga just like me. That nigga done read from the books. And so I don't have to read the book. He done read it for me. He been telling me what's in the book.
You better read the book. You better read the book. You better read the book. I can say that 1,000 times. I will tell any person ever. There's a YouTuber called Humbled Trader. Humbled. HUMBLED. That little Asian girl, she tells her story and is humbled for a reason. Because she jumped in there thinking she knew. She got humbled. And she had to build herself back up. And she talks about that process of building it up. And that's where, and when you listen, you go, how you go to the YouTube algorithm is amazing because when you go about one, you start finding others like them. When you listen to the authentic people, more authentic people get sent your way. So when I listened to her, here came the next ones and the next one, and all the stories were the same. They were all like, "Yo, this shit is hard. You invest your own money, you spend your own money, you learn. You got to learn the software. Shit, when you get to a certain point, you got to upgrade your PC. Your PC ain't built to run the software and the multiple screens that them people use. Like you, it's not a game. They're not making that money off of a laptop with one screen. They need multiple screens to watch. It's so much more to it. It's so much more to it. Don't tell these people they can do that shit off Robinhood. Please don't do that to them. That's
because you can't. Robinhood don't even have enough.
It's not built like that.
No, it's not.
It's not. Yeah, they don't. Robinhood is for retail trading. Like I would say this: if you really knew what you were doing and you really did thorough research into an actual company, like you really did your due diligence, and you want to put something into Robinhood, you'll be all right. If it's a company that's already built that you know everybody already messes with, and you got the money to drop a lot into Robinhood and you can ride the wave, yeah, I guarantee you there are some people that have put 50 grand into Meta, maybe on a Robinhood account, which they don't. They're not gonna put 50 grand on a Robinhood account. They're not gonna do that on a Robinhood account.
You might do it at E-Trade or Ameritrade.
Yeah. There you go. I just had to catch myself. If you got 50 grand to do, you're not gonna use Robinhood. But now if you got a grand, I guarantee you there might be somebody with a grand. They're not worried about it. Maybe they done a little bit, and they can put it on something that they know is gonna go up and down. And yeah, they're gonna turn around and it's gonna be 2,500 in 2 years or something. Cool. But if they would, like you just said, Chef, if they'd have went on TD Ameritrade, did the same thing, it'd have been less fees.
Yeah.
So it's like you said, Frank, man, we gotta not be lazy. Be willing to do the work, or be willing to find a mentor that's in that line of work. Those mentors don't like laziness. Mm-hmm. Mentors are gonna require you to pull up a damn chair. Like, okay, you want to learn this shit? Okay, pull up a seat and ask questions, take notes, and I'm gonna walk you through it. That's a long road. A mentorship is a long road. Like that like most people that have a mentor, they have a mentor for almost life, kind of, you know what I'm saying? For a very long time, they have somebody that's showing them the ropes that they can go back to and get guidance. So even that is a long road. So I think the way that we as Black people get out of this shit is simply quit being lazy. Like just quit being lazy with it.
The other part of it, I think, is people think that, even past the laziness piece, people think that the people who are rich did something so compelling to do that.
They don't want to believe in hard work, Chef.
Well, surely I've missed something. But the people who are typically rich aren't doing hard work either. They're getting lucky.
And they met the right person at the right time. Or so okay, I will say this. I'm gonna be fair. I'm gonna split the difference on that.
Fair.
The people who got rich, they were putting in the work. They were being consistent enough in what they were doing. So when the opportunity came, they were already on the grind, and boom. Mm-hmm. Did y'all watch? It wasn't messy enough for most of you motherfuckers out there. Y'all watched the Terry Crews interview on Club Shay Shay?
Mm-mm. No.
That dude he had his NFL career, and the NFL career didn't work out for him. And he told his wife in the beginning when he met her, I want to do this NFL thing, and then once this NFL thing is over with, I want to go to Hollywood. So he always knew he wanted to be an entertainer of some sort. He didn't know what. He didn't know if it was he wanted to write and direct, and that was what he wanted to do. But he didn't know nothing. Comedy, being in front of the camera wasn't a thing. He just wanted to go and make movies. When the NFL thing dried up, after he admitted that he didn't put all his effort into it, his wife said, hey, what about what you told me about this dream, blah, blah, blah. They packed up the kids, went to Hollywood. They got there, and all he was doing was sweeping floors for a minute, and then he finally got on security sets. And he said, I'm just doing security. And his break, and he said, no, he said, one thing he said, it got to a point where I stopped thinking about money. He said, I'm going to do everything like I'm getting paid $1 million. So sweeping floors, whatever he was doing, he did it to the best of his ability. He said, so when he started getting security gigs, I was the best looking uniform. I started going back to the gym. I'm on point. He was on the set of training day. Somebody said, hey man, come on to the set of training day, man. You want to be on the set? Yeah. And he just being security. Somebody looked over at that man, looked at that big motherfucker, and said, hey man, you look kind of tough. Hey man, you want to be in the scene? Yeah, I want to be in the scene. Put this on. Threw a wife beater at him. Get in the scene. That was his first time on screen. And he said when that happened, he said when Denzel did that scene where he's King Kong on me, he's in the scene at the Oscars. Terry Crews big ass. He said, so then the next break was the Ice Cube break where he's washing cars and doing everything, still just pulling in the work. The Ice Cube grabbed him and put him on. And then that's what all the man was doing was working, consistently working in the vicinity of those he wanted to get on with. And then somebody looked his direction and said, hey, man, come on over here. You look like, you see what I'm saying? So what you're saying is right, Chef. You don't got to really do nothing special. But if you're just consistent and doing your, and diligent in your work, opportunities going to come along. You just got to be ready for it. But it takes some work. Like, damn, it takes a little bit of work. Get your ass up in the morning. You can't be sitting in the bed. First thing you do instead of get up, put on clothes, you grab the phone and scroll social media for a minute. Shit, I'm going to see what these folks talking about right here. No, get your ass up. Get off your ass.
It's like that dude, him and that white girl, who he's like, everybody keep telling me to get a job, but I'm out here trying to be a content creator. But it's like, but you homeless, living in a hotel. Like, I'm confused. Something's wrong here. He don't want to do the work. He just feels like if I just commit to being a content creator, that's the equivalent of doing the work. And it's like, no, you're homeless. You're homeless. You and her are homeless. I need y'all to do better.
Unless somehow you gonna listen. Right now, if you put anything on the camera and show your struggle, how much of yourself are you gonna sell out? Like I often wonder how much authenticity there is versus selling out, right? Because your situation is your situation. If you being honest in your situation, is it selling out? But then I think about how much you know what I'm saying? Like, you could tell a lot of truth, but at what cost? So if a person tells their life story, but then their children or their friends or their family get thrown under the bus in that process. Yes, you were truthful, but damn, you kind of what did you do? Did you tell everybody before you told that story? I'm gonna tell this story in full detail, and I need y'all blessing. Right. If you did, boom, I give you that. But if you just said, you know what, I got to get the bag real quick, and I'm gonna just tell this story that I know is good, man, you sold out.
Yep.
And can you live with that? Man, I can't live with. There's some stories I could have been told. I just can't do it, man. I can't sell out, man. I'm like, nah, bro. I'm gonna keep that to myself because I won't feel good about it. I'll lose sleep talking some of the shit I talk if I really go talk that shit. I'll lose some sleep. So maybe they can do that. I mean, but they homeless, so all they need is a camera and go in them streets. And if you could date that white girl and y'all can go live on a corner somewhere and live out of a tent, live out of behind on. Like, they need to do it for real. Stop playing. Get out that hotel room. Go out on a physical street and show us what it's like to sleep on top of warm gutters in the winter. You do that, we tuning in. Be real. Go all the way. Go all the way. Let me tell you. If Sam want to go viral right now, all he gotta do is shave his beard. Start over from scratch.
Don't do that.
If I'm telling you, if right now he went on social media and said, "All right, y'all, I'm gonna start the whole process over," and just and he showed y'all what he look like, that potato face, because ain't nobody seen that face in 100 years. So he gonna instantly look like a potato, and then you gotta go back through the growth. And then it's gonna be surface level. Like, it ain't gonna be long. Like, I'm thinking, how long would it take for it to be long again?
It's been long
because the surface level is gonna come back quick. I know your surface is that's gonna be instant. That's gonna take about a month. But the length, when that gonna come back?
I haven't cut it since I've grown it at length. So I have absolutely no idea. But I have a fear that if I do cut it, it's not gonna grow back at the length that is at.
That's a good fear to have, because you shouldn't cut it.
I'm not gonna cut it.
Don't let Manuel, tell you.
But I would love to see that. That shit would be hilarious. Listen, I can't grow nothing, so I can listen. This is a week's worth of growth. This is a couple of weeks worth of growth all the way across. yeah, it don't grow around here. That shit is funny. I'd pay to see that. But anyway, we at 2 hours and 54 minutes. We back. We'll be back next week. Casey, let me tell y'all, Casey in them streets. Yep. I hit her up. She said, I got dinner set up. So look, she said, I got something going on. I said, what you doing? You in the streets? And so I got a dinner. So we finna ask some questions about this goddamn dinner when she get back.
That's topic number one.
Oh well, absolutely.
Yeah,
that's topic number one.
Pictures. We can bet.
We want to know what was going on. If it was a bunch of girlfriends, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But if it's a boy, if it's a man,
send that nigga the link too.
We don't want to get in the So send them the link tonight. Should have sent them the link tonight. Tap on in. We got to.
Not gonna let y'all do that to her.
No. First of all, you wait till you get on your first date, any sort of meeting. Oh, you got to tap in. Put him right on the camera. Set him right down in front of the camera.
I ain't dating nobody. I'm opting out for the.
Listen, there's gonna be a moment, and then as soon as you tell us, sit him down in front of the camera, and we're gonna tell you to walk away. Tell you to walk away. Now, Chef, go in another room so we can grill him. we got.
What if I go back to my husband? What about that?
Huh? We got questions. We got questions for him too. Because she scooped her soul. So listen, you know what I'm saying? We got questions. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, is you affectionate? We gonna have questions. Where are you now, brother?
I like it.
He ain't gonna like it. Man,
he ain't gonna like
it. Yeah. Oh no. Who did you?
I mean, men that I've told that too. I'm like, yeah, if y'all gonna try to date me, there's a vetting process. Y'all got 3 of my friends to go through. And they're like, that's a lot. I'm a lot. It's an interview process. You trying to get the job as a CEO of a company, you gonna have about 4 interviews. So
let me tell you. So I would say the way it should work is they get one date without being vetted, and if you like them, you send them through the process. And I think as a man, if I was in a situation, the first date, I'm really if when me and Bree met, our first date was a smash hit. If she would have said, "All right, you got to holler at my uncles. I'm checking for you. I like you. You got to holler at my uncles." I'm like, yeah. I would have took that as like, bet, run it, because I feel confident in the way I'm. And now, if I'm a shady motherfucker, I'm not taking it. Because one thing we men know, men peep bullshit. You might be able to convince one man. You ain't gonna be able to trick a group. Ain't no way you're gonna be able to trick a group. Three dudes said, nah, bro. Because one of them gonna say, hey man, y'all see the way that nigga was moving? See that nigga where that nigga couldn't sit still? See where that nigga was talking? Like somebody gonna peep something and say, yeah, bro, he ain't it, man. I don't know, bro. And if one man say, yeah, I don't know, the other dude's gonna be like, yeah, man, yeah, man. We can't let it slide.
Yeah, because I'm willing to wait. And in the dating game, it's not like I'm rushing to be a couple. I'm rushing. I'm not rushing at all. I'm patiently waiting for my turn. And if it takes a couple years, that is what it is. Because who's for me will be there for me, and I won't have to to fight for them, they will be placed in front of me. And yeah. So
to me, that's the best way to look at it, man. Not be, to me, the best way I think for anybody that's dating and intentionally at that is you're there, but you're not seeking. But if it falls into place, you're not gonna run from it. It's like this. It's a combination of things, man. I think I've seen some good people get to a certain point and like, I gotta go get it, and then they kind of start chasing it a little bit, and as soon as they stop, they just stop chasing, stop looking for the man, stop looking for the woman. They turn around and, man, you won't believe I messed this, and then they got, yeah, man, the whole time, man, this nigga work on the floor right down from where I was working. Yeah, I never seen it, man, because and you'd be like, damn, just that quick. Got a young dude in my office. He was single for a minute, and him and his ex got together, went ring shopping yesterday. Young brother went ring shopping yesterday. I was like, God damn, man, you know what I'm saying? Like he just let it kind of let it kind of come back to him. So that's the way I think it really works. Just let it come back to you.
Yeah.
But I know what we ain't letting come to us.
What?
That titty milk.
There are pills that you can take as well.
Pills? Why you just? So I can slip something in a drink.
You wait till the end of the.
So I can slip something in a drink. I could drop a pill in a pie.
You crumble that thing up.
Kinda, yeah.
Boy.
I'm trying to remember the name of it.
You understand what's going to happen around here? You listen. Somebody's going to be mad or glad around here. And listen, I'm just trying to live a little bit longer. I told you I'm going to live to about 125, but I needed to be the most high functioning 125 days. I don't need to be stumbling around like old Joe. You know what I'm saying? I need to be clear and coherent and able to talk some shit. So I think titty milk going to do it. I feel the best about that.
The two pills that are out there now, neither one of these are FDA approved.
We'll need that. We'll need approval.
But domperidone, I've actually taken it in the past.
That sounds like a drink. Yeah, that makes it even better. Yeah.
And you can buy it overseas. You can buy it like Canada or Mexico. And it can help to induce. Now, there's also natural stuff you can take. There's a tea called Mother's Milk. You can buy it in the grocery store. And it includes a lot of I think it's fennel and thistle and a couple of other herbs that help with lactation. Also oatmeal is a very potent food to eat while lactating, and of course it improves the quality of the milk. A high protein diet helps improve the quality of the milk. Lots of water, all of those things kind of go into it. Like, I'm going through the whole struggles right now on managing that, but yeah, there's the natural stuff is better than the pills. And there's all kind of little lactation, like Milky Mama is who I buy stuff from. She sells cookies and brownies, as well as like drink mixes that include.
Oh, I can trick this booger. This booger is a sweet eating. I can definitely trick her with anybody who's gonna sell a sweet.
Get her the emergency lactation brownie.
Hell yeah!
Leaking all over the house.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm gonna get it up. Anyway, that's 3 hours in, man. We back. You know what I'm saying? I'll see y'all next week. I appreciate we appreciate that insider information, Chef. You done blessed us for this one. If these folks around here start complaining, if they start complaining around here, we'll blame you. We'll throw you up in the bus.
It's some money in selling breast milk now. Like a lot of it.
Man.
We'll be a program tomorrow.
Y'all have a good night, man. God damn.
Good night, y'all.
All right.
Bye.